click and the microphone's live. The mic's live, Nick.
Is it?
Are you ready? You're adoring public.
Oh, wait, where do I look?
There, you look right there. You can look right there. You can look here. Look here. Look at me. Look
Oh
at
my
me.
God!
All right, everybody. This is Nick, everyone, a.k.a. Leon Kennedy, a.k.a. a bunch of other dudes.
And sorry, I just realized I look like a Miami drug dealer.
Honestly, we look like we're not cops. We're undercover cops. We are cops who we're not at all here to see if you are doing drugs.
I can get behind that. Undercover cop.
We're not we have to say we're not undercover cops, otherwise I'm
a drug dealer.
We're regular dudes. Just two regular drug dealers doing drugs with the.
What do you want? What do you want? The pure stuff? You want the pure stuff off the streets?
Look at this guy. He got the double stuff. Nick, thank you for joining us, and thank you all for being here, everybody.
Yes. No,
you look like a cop.
No, I just want to say, I've known this guy for what? When did we actually meet?
Oh, man.
Like even on the phone was maybe 2020 or something like that.
Well, when we played through Resident Evil 2, right?
But I was not on your stream. This is the first
No,
time.
you sent gifts though. You sent artwork.
I sent gifts. I couldn't make the stream because of my travels changed, and it killed me because I was really excited for that. And now,
but you did a video for us as Leon.
I remember. But 5 years later, I'm finally here. So this is a long time coming, guys.
That's right.
And I'm just happy to be a tiny little part of your community now.
Dude, you're a king. You're a literal king. We also have ! Nick in the chat, which I think would be dramatically appropriate to mention right now if you want to follow the guy on Instagram and X and on Cameo. I made a tiny URL to your Cameo. Support this man by letting him support you. You know?
We have fun with them.
Yeah. We love cameos. Nick! Nick. You can't unhear Leon's voice. What's the most quintessential thing that people are like, say it, prove you're Leon, just in case no one believes you?
Well, the number one quote requested is, you've played, right?
Of course. We played 2, just to catch up to speed, we played 2, just played 3, 4, remake, 7, Biohazard, and 8 Village.
I'll get this out of the way because I know people are going to ask, so I'll do 1. Ready?
Do it. Read us.
Where's everyone going? Bingo. Everyone asked for that. That is 9 out of 10 requests. So just to keep it fresh for me, I started changing it to, where's everyone going? Checkers.
Whoa, so zany. Where's everybody going? Shoots and ladders?
Yeah.
Parcheesi. Have you always had this kind of cool, calm, and collected, gruff cop voice, or is that something you developed for Leon and then it just lingers with you?
It was a natural progression. When I was doing Resident Evil 2, if you play those games back to back,
yes,
the voice is quite different.
And I've actually was reading about this because in preparing the image for today's stream, I wanted to get my favorite picture of Leon and put them together with Connor. And then I was looking up because I wanted to confirm, because I saw something said that Leon is in Resident Evil 3. We just played through Resident Evil 3. There's no Leon in Resident Evil 3. Like a voice line in the background or something?
He is mentioned. Okay. I believe he's mentioned in a file somewhere.
So he makes movement in the canon of the story during that, but the character is literally not there. Correct. Well, while I was looking up these things and comparing and double checking that I didn't miss something from 3, that was spoken about on Reddits around the globe about the character development from 2, like this rookie cop guy in 2 into 4. Speak on.
Well, there's a history behind it because obviously these were remakes. And if you were to play the originals, I don't know if you have.
I have not.
Okay.
I remember going to 8th grade sleepovers. They're playing Resident Evil, and I was like, this is too scary. I'm gonna pretend I'm asleep.
That's why I like them. Anyway, so the originals, they were classics in their own right. I love them to death. And actually, the original 4 is my favorite game of all time. It always has been for 18 years, whatever.
Way before playing Leon.
Oh, way before. 16 years before.
How cool.
And so they had 2 different actors. You know, the game industry was a lot different back then in the late 90s and early 2000s. They had one actor play Leon in Resident Evil 2, and then there was a huge evolutionary step between 2 and 4. It was different systems, different graphics, different game style, everything.
Right.
They replaced the actor for whatever reason, I don't know. So different voice, different attitude. They went in a whole different direction, and there was there's such a split. If you play them back to back, it's like that's not even the same
I
Leon,
see.
really, like
Yeah,
different
yeah.
personalities. And what they wanted with the remakes is when they started doing 2 remake, they always wanted to connect the timelines. They wanted to like fast track 2, 3, 4 remakes.
I
So
see.
they
I
were
see.
connected. That's why they called me back. And fortunately, I was very familiar with the tone shift of those 2 games.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, you know, in,
Oh, what a
in
dream come true for Capcom to have somebody who really knows what's going on here. Not just some, you
well,
know.
I put that when I was going up for the role of Resident Evil 2, Leon.
Mhm.
I knew what the game was, and that's not off. That doesn't happen often. And
What was it,
also,
like a code name or something, or was it?
there was no code. Well, there was a code name, but the original casting had the title. It
Ah,
said Resident Evil 2 Remake, which you never see, as
right.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. Usually
So
you're auditioning for like, you
yeah,
know, like eggplant, and you're like, I hope I book eggplant,
yeah.
and then
Well,
you
I don't know
find
what
out 7
Eggplant
years
is.
later it's a completely different thing.
Exactly. So for some reason, the only game I've ever seen that had the title was this one, and it
Mm.
was the first game I ever auditioned for.
Whoa.
So
What?
yes,
Resident Evil 2 is the first game you ever auditioned
I
for?
submitted myself. I didn't even
I ought
have
to
an agent.
slap you across the face. That's some good luck.
I didn't
man.
even have an agent. So
What?
I had the audition. I did well. Then I got the call back, and I trained like a mother f. I trained hard, and
Careful,
then
there are mothers here.
oh, I trained really hard, and then I did something that an actor maybe should not do, but it worked. I wrote a giant email to the director and the casting people,
Whoa.
and just said I wasn't begging them for the role. I just said to them, I spilled my guts, spilled my heart out, and I said, I know everything about this franchise. It's been like in my heart for 20 something years. I know the character, I know the relationships, I know the universe, I know the world, and if you take a risk on me, I said I will give you one hell of a rendition of this guy. I left it there.
Whoa, talk about going to bat for yourself. That's major.
Hell yeah, I
dude.
went to bat for myself because I wouldn't forgive myself if I never did.
Yeah, of course.
So and they said they cast me, and they said we absolutely took your email into consideration when making the decision.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
so
love that.
it worked out.
Damn, I should have written that for the Solo movie, you know? I auditioned for that Han Solo movie along with everybody else in the whole city.
You should have.
And I thought about writing a strongly worded email saying like, "Listen, I can see through your script. This is obviously a Han Solo scene. Please, I have a 3D printed gun."
Yes, I see
show up
that.
with bring your own blaster. What did you wear for the audition? Like how did you get yourself from Nick who loves Leon Kennedy and this whole world of Resident Evil to be that guy in the first instance? I mean, obviously
I wore my tacticals.
Okay.
Something that looked tactical. I had a shoulder holster on actually.
'Cause it
I-
changes the way you move and how you
Yeah, it
feel
does.
to be all geared up.
Yes, it does. For me, it does. I'm a very physical guy. I like to be connected to my body when I audition and everything. I had on my blues because he was a cop, so I had on something blue.
Mm-hmm.
I trained for 2 weeks. I dropped about 8 pounds.
Whoa.
I went on a strict regimented diet. I was lifting, running, like just being the best physical version of myself I could be to show up to that audition. And to me, that does a lot.
Damn, you went to work,
I
bro.
went to work.
I'm glad for you.
Yeah.
I love to hear that though, because it like sometimes you hear stories where people are like, "Oh yeah, like woke up and like I fell out of bed and then like the best role ever was there for me."
Hey, that
And you're
happens.
like, "Whoa, how's that?"
That happens, and I've heard a lot of stories. But anyways, to quickly answer your question, my voice and
This was long form. You can slowly answer the question.
I
These folks, y'all are down for the chat, right?
I ramble.
Yeah, me too.
So we can change the subject at any point. You give me your code
Yeah,
word.
back to monotremes and marsupials. We were discussing.
Marsupials. But anyway, so the voice. You asked me about voice
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the tonal
yeah.
shift. So for voice, they wanted me to just do my regular Nick voice for Leon in Resident Evil 2. He was a young rookie cop. They didn't want him to sound too gruff or anything like that.
Right, right.
At one point, they even asked me to try going higher pitched, even higher, and I said I'm gonna sound like Mickey Mouse.
Right.
And I tried a few times. I'm like, "Hey, Claire, where are you going?" And they're like, "Yeah, that doesn't really work." So
Right,
they're like,
right,
"Just be
right.
yourself. Just be yourself." And then in 4, they didn't ask me to do anything, but what I did was it was more attitude shift more than anything. Yes, I did. Instead of being so bright up here,
Mhm.
it was more like coming from the chest.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
too
yeah.
big
No,
of a
it's a
difference.
placement thing, though.
It's 5 years that I sound like I did when I was 17, and I'm 41.
Mhm.
So, anyways,
Yeah, yeah.
I spoke from my chest a little bit more, and then it was the situations. In 2, he was so surprisable. he was just like excitable and like, oh my god, holy shit! Everything he saw was like, oh my god. In 4, he was just like,
not again.
This shit again. Okay, and that's all it was, is tonal shift attitude.
Right.
Yeah.
Point of view on the world,
and of course,
circumstances.
I got to write more lines in this one because there were so many sarcastic one-liners and quips, and some of the ones in the script, I had a great director and a great localization director, and us three together, like, we would see a line that was written and would be like, can we improve this? Can we make this punchier?
Sure,
when he meets the next villain he's got to fight, and give a big like F you or something. And so we got to like really inject more of my personality into 4.
That's fun.
Whereas 2, I had to just do my job.
Yeah, valid. I also I feel like for me, playing them kind of out of order, because I think we played 2, and then we played 8, and then we played 7.
Oh,
and then we played.
You went like this.
4.
That was Chutes and Ladders.
We're Chutes and Laddering through. Basically, those were the ones that were recommended. So, like, in the world of Resident Evil games, we have this form. We have a thing, !games in our chat if people want to recommend a game for us. But there's like this. We were just following the lead. People were like, "What? Play Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil." We were like kind of intimidated to play Resident Evil, but I looked at the spreadsheet that has like thousands of recommendations. The number one Resident Evil that people recommended was Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yeah.
This is like the one that was just like had the most demand for it. Yeah. And honestly, it's my favorite still of all the Resident Evils we played so far. Amelia and I agree. When we talk about our own game, Amelia and I are developing Resident Evil 2 Remake is like the representative Resident Evil game for that, part of the heat map of games. We like Raccoon City Police Department, all the environments, the keys, the clues. It feels very like you can follow the train of thought very clearly. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like Resident Evil 2 Remake, like, just really like fits, but it's also exciting, and
it's got detective elements with all the puzzles and everything like that, and then the claustrophobia you feel, the darkness, the solitude. It's like it's a grueling experience actually, but that's why people like it.
Right. I love it. I mean, so when you were playing them, because you played them as like an OG fan before doing this at all, were you just playing them in release order, and were they originally released? They must have been 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up to
it. So ever since the first one I ever played was in 1998, and then every single time a game came out, I got so excited. I was like, oh my god, a new Resident Evil, and I followed it all the way through. When 4 came
1998, holy shit. So we're going on like almost 30 years of Resident Evil.
They're celebrating their 30th anniversary next year.
Wow.
And it started in 96. So the original 4 came out in 2005. That was a big deal. That game was groundbreaking in the industry. Whether you played it or not, it changed the way.
What were the major differences? I mean, because I remember Resident Evil 1 original in my mind. I felt like it was like almost like
tank controls,
or arcade style, like you're popping out from cover and popping dudes. No.
It was tank controls. I can't even describe that to you. It's fixed camera angles when you run down hallways.
Oh, okay.
And then it comes and loads a new one, and it's really hard to explain. But 4 revolutionized action games in 2005. It became over-the-shoulder, third-person view where you can move around the world and stuff, kind of like Mario RPG.
Okay.
But that was the first time it was like hardcore graphics, zombie killer game, action game, and it revolutionized so many games like your Splinter Cells, your Dead Spaces, like all those games.
I saw you streaming Dead Space. You're quite a Dead Space dude.
Yeah, it's a horror. I'm a horror dude.
Got it.
I like scary things. I like when things scare me. But anyway, so when 4 came out, my younger brother, obviously, he was 9 years old, and I introduced him to video games when he was 5. I started him off with Mario, even though I was playing PlayStation.
I think that's reasonable. I think Mario is kind of like, for little Dechart, we plan to begin with, World
basics.
1, level 1.
You do the basics.
Hopped over that Goomba, let's go.
So when he was 5, I was like, Dave, you're going to start where I started. You're going to start with Mario. And he was like, okay, he's doing the controller, like trying to jump. And I'm like, nope, hands down, you jump with your buttons.
Right.
And so I trained him. I brought him up well. And then when he was 9, he was playing Mario Sunshine, GameCube, and all that. And I thought he was ready to graduate.
When he was 9, you looked at a 9-year-old and you were like, you know what? You need Resident Evil in your life.
There was a twinkle in his eye, and I was like, I think the boy's ready. And I babysat.
Cue training montage.
We were training. Cookies, yeah. And I would babysit him all the time. My parents were out, and I was like, Dave, do you want to play a big boy game? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, put down Mario Sunshine. You're gonna play a game called Resident Evil tonight. And I started him off with Resident Evil 4, which was a horrifying game back in the day.
Mario Sunshine to Resident Evil 4.
And with the opening village, I made him play the opening village with the chainsaw guy, and the chainsaw guy cut his head off, and he had nightmares for like 3 entire weeks.
Yes, of course.
But there was something about it. It's in the genes, and he was like, I kind of want to try it again. I was like, that boy. That's my boy.
Dude, that's hilarious. You you awakened a new center of, I mean,
yeah.
To be to me, I'm trying to think like what was even like that kind of awakening for me. It wasn't in video games, but I remember seeing the movie Jaws, and we weren't supposed. It was like we weren't supposed to. It was like the older cousins were watching Jaws up in this old room. I mean, maybe around that age or so, you know, where you're just like
terrifying.
Oh yeah, but also like exhilarating because you're like you're not supposed to be in there, or like this is like a scary movie that like you've been told as a kid not to watch, but the older cousins are like, no, you should totally be terrified by this. Yeah. And then being horrified of, you know, water for forever.
I what I liked about it was like there was that feeling like you're not supposed to be doing this at this age. And that's what I loved about it.
I know. And then you get to our age, and it's like the things you're not supposed to be doing are like, you know, lifting with your back, like
getting out of bed wrong,
staying out past midnight.
I had 1 beer the other day. I was out for a week. But my first rated R movie was Terminator 2.
Okay.
The cool uncle back in the day, he was like, "Hey, you're gonna sleep over. We're gonna watch this robot movie." I was like, "Cool. I like robots." And T-1000 gave me nightmares for weeks. Right. I was 7 years old when that movie came out.
Wow.
That was my first rated R movie.
Wow.
And then I was like, horror has just been a thing all my life.
Let's get the vibe check from the room. I see Final Destination is out there. What were your first like scary movies that maybe you know, pushed you all over the edge?
Yes, first scary movie, pop it in there.
The Shining? Oh man, The Shining will get you. Evil Dead.
Shining is heavy.
Yeah, Shining is that'll mess with you on a deep level. The Ring, I remember The Ring scared me real good. Real good.
Nightmare on Elm Street, classic. Jurassic Park, yes. That was a good one.
Sixth Sense, yeah, that messed with me in a different kind of way. The Others, Saw, oh god, the whole Saw franchise.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't know. Final Destination, I mean, this was later in life, but I remember Donnie Darko really messing with me.
Someone just put it there.
Yeah, there it is.
Donnie Darko.
Perpetual Productions knows. I got to shout out a few people because there's a lot of awesome activity right at the start of the stream.
Yeah,
Mira SS, thank you for this gifted sub. Appreciate you. And I see Gamer Bros 90's back for 42 months. Mira SS is back for 65 months. And Blue Crusher, how do you do? Welcome back for 79 months. Anto the Penguin's back for 20. Deviant Bet G, the real one, for 7 years, 84 months. That's crazy. 84 months. Dude, Bet G has been here since the start, the very beginning.
That's amazing.
I gotta just do a thing real quick.
That's crazy.
There you go.
I can't even fathom where I'm gonna be in 7 years.
7 years ago, well, I guess we just celebrated Amelia and I our anniversary yesterday. So 7 years ago, I got married.
That's amazing. 7
years ago, this game, Detroit Become Human, came out. 7 years ago.
A hell of a year.
Fuck, dude. What year did Resident Evil 2 Remake come out?
2019.
2019, so just after. So basically, 7 years is a good long chunk of life. Like a lot happens in 7 years.
A lot happens.
Yo.
Wow, that's crazy.
Neko Tiger, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Hey, we offer you a hug. We say thank you for joining us live. And if you got one of those from Neko, Neko Nova, Neko Nova, please be sure to say thank you and check out our starter kit. Also, Nick, I want to show you something because you asked about what it was at the start of the stream, and then I said, hold on, I'll tell you live.
Yes, okay. I want to know this.
This little spinny wheel here is our prize and challenge wheel. We've started doing this thing when we cross over our goal. Each 50 subs, if we get to 50 subs, we spin the prize and challenge wheel, and it has these different challenges. The silver one I thought you might be really into is a drawing challenge, where chat tells me what we got to draw. If it lands on gold, it's our token of gratitude prize, which we sign these and send them to people to say thanks for joining us live, and they're individually numbered. And if you win it today, maybe I could even like force Nick to put his little chicken scratch on there.
That's awesome.
The other ones are, and I really hope it doesn't happen today because I'm not feeling it after going out for my anniversary. But we have a Dechart Gains workout. Is the red one?
Is that what these are for?
Those are what the weights are for down there.
I was wondering if they were just footrests.
Yeah, you're like Brian can't game without two dumbbells near him at all time.
That's not a bad idea though.
It's not a bad
Push-up challenges.
Well, it's just like we spend so much time sat in front of the computer. I got to get the blood flowing and stuff.
I like that.
But we have to define, and I need your help. What is the ultra prize for today's stream? Like this one, sometimes it lands on that, and I haven't decided what the ultra prize is. But like the ultra prize could be like multiple of something. You can look around this room and be like, oh, like mail them these 25-pound weights. Mail those 25-pound weights to Bulgaria. Or what else could we do for an ultra prize? We could do a drawing. What Thunder Connor RK800, thank you. Before we started this stream, Nick was like, sometimes I talk a lot and I go on tangents and I ramble. Streaming is for me one big ramble.
That's
like
great.
If you're noticing the back and forth of my brain. Thunder Connor, thank you for this. Oh my gosh, this. But
well, you're great at
we need an ultra prize.
You're like me, but what you're better at is multitasking. This to me is insanity, but in the greatest way. I'm really envious that you have figured this out. I mean, you guys have been doing it for a long time.
Slow but sure, man.
My brain just doesn't work like this, and I streamed. Some of the people here probably saw me stream just a few select times. And it was a lot for me to do, but seeing like everything that you have here, I'm like, you got it dialed. It's really. Can I swear?
You can swear,
PG?
But when you swear, do it without blinking and just look directly into the camera.
Really?
No.
Well, it's freaking impressive what you guys have built here.
Thanks, dude.
It's dang impressive.
I would like to, I could do this here. I could show. Y'all want to see Starship Friendship? This is what we call this thing Starship Friendship.
I love it.
Okay, so this is yellow cam. All right, so there we are. There's a wild Nick.
What?
Whoa! You can see him in the flesh. So we've got everybody in the chat there. There's our two subscriber chats, our Jen and Jericho. No, Jen.
Wow.
Zen and Jericho, sometimes known as Jen. There they are. Jericho mentioned, we're on camera. And then we have the main, this is how I control the stream here. And this is the best tool for me. The stream deck is really awesome. And this little Elgato prompter thing is pretty cool because then when we're talking into the camera, we can see the monitor of the stream, which is really helpful when we have the game up here.
Yeah.
Because it used to be like if we had the game up, we couldn't see, like if we're playing the game and we're in our little box here like this.
Damn.
Sometimes cool. It's like, how do I know if I'm in a little box or not? Here, come in here with me. It's nice.
That is so you just got to dial down.
One day at a time, dude.
Wow.
But something always fall apart. Something always falls apart.
There's a lot of wires to malfunction here.
Yeah, should we show? Do y'all want to see the truth? Y'all want to see the truth under the desk? Show them.
I really did think that these were footrests, and I was going to ask you about these.
That's not a footrest. That's just a weight. But the pedal's pretty cool. That's how I make it so when Amelia and I play together, I like a guitar pedal. I can switch between the two. Cool. There's just a random Pokemon card down there, so you know it's fresh. But I put this canvas here because my cable management is just wow. Like just hide it. Just don't show anybody what's going on.
That's really good.
And then, it all comes over here where we have, this is the streaming PC and the gaming PC, and then the Xbox and the PlayStation live on top.
So cool.
Yeah, it's fun to show you all around. Amandex Arrow, thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. Team, you are helping us crush this goal right here. How do I memorize which wire goes where? Colors. I color coordinate them. So
that's brilliant too.
Here, it's really just a process of failing over and over again. But like here, you can see the X means Xbox. The H is HDMI. It's like a little hub. There's another one that I don't have plugged in right now, which is this is the AMD, right? So they're all colored, and then like this yellow cam that's plugged in, this is the yellow cord. is for yellow cam. So that way I can, on the fly, because a lot of times I'm like, oh shit, something's not working. What do I need to unplug? It's really helpful to have them color coordinated so I can just rip it out and stick it back in. Man, oh man.
The organization.
It could be a little more organized, but we just set up the camera in the booth. So the idea is that we'll be able to stream from in the vocal booth.
That's cool.
Do some kind of, more like intimate sounding stuff.
Yeah. So one day I want something like this. But see, for me, this place would be a wood shop.
Yeah, dude. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? So Nick is more than just an actor. He's a builder too.
I'm obsessed with wood and carpentry. I've been doing it all my life. When I see beams like this, I get jealous.
I like to hang from
my dad is a builder. My dad is a jack of all trades. I grew up watching him fix things around the house. We come from a blue collar giant Greek family, and so when my dad was 21, he built the house that I grew up in with his family. So his dad,
he built the whole house.
Yes. So
oh shit.
His dad, my grandfather, the uncles, the cousins, everything. We had electricians, painters, carpenters, roofers, plumbers, like everything in the family. And so they all just got together and built this home. And when I was a kid growing up, just watching that, like my dad would never call someone to fix something. He would just fix it and jerry rig something together and whatever. And I always liked that. And so like I would watch him do things, or watch him change the brakes on the cars and stuff like that.
Right.
And I just liked building. My first hobby, I don't know about you, but mine was Legos. Like drawing.
Oh, I love Legos or Connects. I played a lot of Connects.
Connects. I never find my Connect fans.
Yeah, Connect. They're out there.
You want to play with me sometime? Like a Connect.
Should we do a Connect stream? I'm into it. I got
some.
Actually, I have this Mandalorian helmet that I need to finish building in Legos. We could.
Really? Okay. So
you and I can crush that out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, Legos. I would get a castle. No, I would ask for like birthdays and stuff. I get a big castle. I'd build it one time and I would look at it for like 10 minutes and be like, all right, that's cool. Take it down and then take the parts from that castle and then this castle, and I'd make a giant castle.
Nice. And
then they just moved on to like woodwork and crafting and working.
Do you remember what was your first woodworking? Did you do like a Pinewood Derby car or something?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't win the contest, but what I did win was the award for the one that most looks like a car.
Oh, interesting.
It looked legit. And
That's
you know what I did?
I won I was also not fastest, but won most creative, which was
basically
it looked the least
thing.
like a car. Mine was a mousetrap. It was like a flat thing, and I made two little clay mice that were trying to get the cheese out of a mousetrap.
On a car.
I called it Cheese Whiz.
Dude.
Yeah, we were two halves of the same.
Me and you would have been really good friends. And you know what I used for like the headlights and the pieces and the license plate is like glued Legos onto this thing.
Cool. Yeah, nice.
We would have been.
Do you still have that car, do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
We would have been friends.
I think so.
I mean, we're friends now, but
we probably would have been at like scout camp, like the two of us who like took the scouting more seriously.
Yes.
Than the fireworks and the tents guys.
Absolutely.
That was the hard part for me. I was like, I wanted to go to scout camp and like learn to tie the knots, identify the poisonous plants, find out the difference between a blue jay and a scrub jay.
See, what I always wanted to do was I was the guy who wanted to build like a tree fort.
Yep.
In the trees, in like a scouting like pad or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that's what I always wanted.
Did you ever do those things where they were like, here's this is maybe like early Boy Scouts, not Cub Scouts, but like you get like a tarp, a rope, a knife, like here's your basic stuff, go. Like you and I remember going out with like there's a Eagle Scout Eagle Scouts are, by the way, the highest rank in Boy Scouting, and then the tenderfoot is like the new kid on the block.
Right.
So like sending a freshman out with a senior basically.
Yeah.
And then it was like go into the woods, and if you survive, it's because of the Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
But then we had this event that all the Eagle Scouts were supposed to make a rope course for us.
Yeah.
We did those kind of things,
yeah.
Like a rope course. We were blindfolded, and we had to follow this rope. It was like a trust exercise through the woods.
Yeah.
Every single one of the new scouts got poison ivy. Because the Eagle Scouts led us through. They did not correctly identify where. Yeah, and that was one of the times where I was like, I don't know if I'm in like safe hands here. Like these guys are putting fireworks in people's tents. They can't identify poison ivy.
Damn.
You ever got poison ivy?
Many times.
It's horrible.
And I hate it. It's like the worst thing on the planet. Yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny.
So did you do wood shop and stuff in high school, or was it always just because your dad had all the tools you could start to do that kind of stuff without it being a class or something?
Oh, wood shop was slow for me.
Ah,
Like the stuff they were teaching wood shop, I was like,
coasters.
"Oh." I'm already onto my like building an addition on my house. No. What do I would just
You taught the wood shop class.
I would work with my dad on the home projects, learned a lot of stuff, and then when I was about 18, I said I want to learn more, and he goes, why don't you, in the summer times, why don't you work for a contractor? And my dad worked at a lumber company, and so he knew every contractor in the area, and so he hit up one of this guy Doug Webb, who's one of my favorite guys, super smart guy, and he was a high-end residential contractor, and that's why my dad picked him. He wasn't so rough around the edges, but he did like refined work, and he would be building homes for like $2 million.
Oh wow!
And working for a guy like that,
I see.
He goes for perfection. He had a reputation, and so he's like, I would cut a piece of wood and put it somewhere.
You get all those screws lined up.
Yes, but I would do something. He'd be like, hey, I need you to cut me something like 55 1/4. I would cut it. He'd fit it up there, and if it was a hair off, he'd be like, take it off, cut it again. I was like, but no one's gonna see it. He's like, cut it again. I was
That's
like,
cool though.
Bam.
That's like true Padawan apprentice style.
Yes,
you know?
he taught me the ropes, and so I learned a lot from him. And then I went on to my building show. That experience got me that building show, the Fixers, when I went around the world.
Will you? Yeah, explain this to folks. Nick was telling me about this when we first met in person, and you've been to a bunch of different countries, working on a bunch of different important projects.
Yeah.
What's the premise?
The premise is, it's kind of, I never developed a good pitch for this, like a really quick one, but
it was for a show.
It was a show that we started.
Right. Okay, cool.
And it was called The Fixers, and in fact, it's probably too late to put a link there, but
I'll find The Fixers.
Yeah.
We'll go to thefixers.com.
Yeah.
Fixers TV show.
That's it right there.
2019. Oh my God, I see you looking rugged and leaning on shit.
I did 3 seasons with them. So the first 3 seasons, you'll see my episodes, but it's a fantastic show. And what it is we would cold email nonprofit organizations around the world.
I'm just gonna give them The Fixers here so they can see.
Or we
look at this guy.
We would just search them, and if there was a nonprofit organization with a really good mission and we liked what they were doing and it was in an area we hadn't been yet, we would call them up and say, hey, we like what we do. We like what you do, what you're trying to do for your community.
Right.
Do you have any projects that you're trying to get off the ground that, you don't have the manpower, you don't have the funds? And if someone said, yes, actually, we have this brick and mortar we're trying to raise to do this for this community or help these people. And if it was in an area and within our budget that we liked, we would go do it. And we did 10 episodes per season, and we would go to ends of the earth and wherever it was, and we would go. And what's cool about the show is that, yes, we'd be helping tens of thousands of people, but every single episode's different. It's in a different area, different climate, different challenges, different resources, different story.
Right. And probably different building techniques, I would guess.
Everything. Sometimes it was a renovation. Sometimes we built something from the ground up. Sometimes we would use concrete. Sometimes we used bamboo. And it was a really interesting show. And they don't push the drama. It's non-scripted, but it's not like a drama show like, oh my God, what's going to go on today?
We found something in the walls.
We might run out of time.
Everything
was legit. And every time like the weather hit and we'd have a monsoon come, like we had to deal with it. And the challenges were unbelievable because our timeline, because of our budget constraints, we only had 6 days to build. So even if we had a freaking hurricane, we'd have to build around that and just make it happen. And we'd have to
31 episodes of this show.
31 episodes. And we'd have to break through the language barrier because it wasn't about 4 Americans saving the world. It was about it was about us going to these places, learning people's stories, working within the cultures, asking them for help because we don't know how to build an Adobe oven in Costa Rica. It's like we need your local experts and teach us how to do that. We'll work with you, and we're going to bring our own resources. We'll teach you some things we know. And it was like this every single time, and it was really freaking cool.
That's awesome. Where's the best place to watch it if I want to see full episodes?
Anyone can watch it online. You don't need to subscribe to anything. You could just go to the website, and you can watch it for free online.
Dude,
31 episodes.
Can we do viewing parties? Are we allowed to restream it? I don't know. Maybe not. But I want to watch this because I'm super into the building thing. Is like something that I've always kind of, I had a dad who also didn't want to hire professionals. but not for the same reason as your father. My dad was more of like, he would take the thing apart, but not necessarily put the thing back together. Do you know what I mean?
And he
like,
wanted to know how it works.
Yeah. Or like the ambition was there to do the project, but then once realizing like I'm in over my head, we just kind of walk away from it.
Well,
you know, like, okay, we just don't need that.
But he was curious.
He is curious, and I saw that as a way to like, okay, what can I do? I'm more of like a hammer and nail kind of guy. Like once it gets into electricity or the flow of water, I've learned that that's beyond me. But if it's something that you can do, and then if you need to fix it, you can undo it still.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
you're a handy guy. I've seen some of your work.
I like doing projects like that.
And luckily, what my dad didn't have 30 years ago or whatever, we have the internet. It's
yeah.
You can learn quite a bit on YouTube.
I know, it's amazing.
You know.
Is there one of those projects that you did for the Fixers that was like your favorite, that like resonates with you the most? If you had to be like,
there were a ton. But speaking of Boy Scouts, we did one in Leeds, England, and we built an outdoor obstacle course for Scouts.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was one of the funner projects, because most of the work that we ever did, it involved finished work and making it look perfect and pretty and everything like that and presentable. This project,
Boy Scouts like splinters.
This project was all raw timber and rope and tires, and we got to create they're like, I want each of you to come up with 4 obstacles that you can build in the woods on trees. And I was like,
cool.
Let's do this. And that was fun, because it was just like fun to experience it. And then when it was done, the end of the episode, everyone's running through it and experiencing it. And,
nice. You must have run the course.
Yeah, and probably pulled every muscle in my body. Crawling through tires, and I'm like, oh my neck.
Dude, that's really cool.
But some of the stories were so impactful. I can't even do justice. You'd have to watch a couple shows, but some were so emotional. The stories are so important, and that's why we chose them. We would reach out to about 100 nonprofits every year, and we only chose 10. Whoa. So we were very selective.
Yeah. So that's with like 10%.
Though one of the major parameters of why we chose the place was that the mission of the nonprofit had to impact a lot of human lives. So that's why people say,
right, you're not just trying to do like one kitchen makeover for a lady who wants a different kind of kitchen.
Everyone asked me that. They're like, oh, it's like a makeover show, a renovation show. I'm like, no, the difference is that that's usually helping like one person or family.
Right.
We were helping, as big large
community center or something.
Well, either communities or like in Haiti, we were the project that we did helped half the country.
Holy shit.
Now Haiti's not big. But it's like that's
what did you guys do? Was it
basically what we did was we built, it sounds silly, but we built a chicken feed processing plant in Haiti.
Okay.
And the reason why that's important is because their agriculture, the small amount of agriculture and stuff that they export and that you use to feed their people, had to be outsourced. So they needed to outsource it from like the Dominican Republic and pay a lot of money to have things shipped in. But if they could process feed and feed the chickens and grow the chickens and start that business locally, they didn't have to pay for it. And so their profit margins would go up, and it would create a lot of jobs and more sustainable growth in a very, very poor country where, like, I think the unemployment rate in Haiti is like 90%.
Wow.
It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wild. Only because you brought up chickens, and there's not really like a lot of times where I'm just chatting with people and they bring up chickens. I do have a button for this, so if you'll join me, we just these are just some chickens that we have here.
They have names?
Yeah, that one's Lancelot, the one who comes out and peeks like, but careful, one's gonna charge through here, and that's chicken.
Man.
Yeah. So we keep those chickens there just for moments like that.
Okay, well, chicken.
Go ahead and mention other things and see what you uncover on the old stream deck. Would you like a moment of tranquility?
Yes.
This is a moment of tranquility.
Wait, before you do this.
Yes.
Should we share an Oreo?
Together?
In this moment of tranquility? 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 Is that how... You have a quail?
Oh, a quail would be even better.
That's where you were going.
No, it's tranquil.
You have chickens, you have quails, you have pigeons.
No. We do have roosters. These are Kevin and Kevin in between. And then this is Kevin in the foreground.
Okay.
But that's a little overwhelming. Yeah, we should share an Oreo.
Okay, let's put on some tranquility.
Let's get some tranquility. Everyone enjoy your moment of tranquility while we enjoy our moment of top secret Oreos. They're gonna get mad if we can pass around the Oreos. Pass them around. Everybody, please take an Oreo.
Take an Oreo, guys. Cheers with me.
Just don't take the last one. Oh, a fine vintage.
Smoke them if you got them.
Nick is, I think you're kind of hooked on these Oreos. It's become a thing. Find them at a convention and enjoy a moment of tranquility. Oh my God, we're back.
You didn't warn me.
Sorry, you didn't see it. We were not eating any kind of Oreos. Moonrise Andrew, that's hilarious. I love that.
That is literally me.
Indiana Jones and the Lost Oreos. Yo, we just smashed through the goal. Spooky Potato
Does that mean?
and Sneaky Sneasel teaming up together. It does mean we got to spin this prize and challenge wheel, but we didn't define the ultra prize.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw this out, and I don't want to put you on the spot because you're literally live on Twitch right now.
You can put me on the spot.
You are not only a great actor and a great builder, but an artiste of pen and paper.
Yes, I know where you're going with this, and I have to warn you.
Yeah?
Yes, I am an artist. My artistic abilities.
You can draw lickers, clickers, and otherwise flickers.
I can do a realism piece that takes me about 30 hours.
Uh-huh.
Or a stick figure.
Yep.
And there's nothing in between.
That's me too! Except for I can only do the stick figure. We'll do stick figure drawings of each other. I think the ultra prize would be, or Amelia and I have done this one where we don't look at the paper and we draw the other person.
I'm looking at the paper.
Okay. My art's usually better if I have an excuse of why it's not so great. Okay, we'll draw if we land on the ultra prize, we draw portraits of each other.
What color is
as
this?
A prize on the stream? That's the
is that
that's the sparkly one. This is the
Yeah.
ultra prize. So blue is a voice message prize, which I will fulfill, where I like a cameo kind of a thing.
Yeah.
The silver is a drawing challenge, which maybe you could be like my coach if we land on that one. I'll do the drawing, but you can give me some pointers. The gold is the token of gratitude prize, and red is this Dechart Gains workout challenge, which honestly, like, we could probably put that burden on Nick because he's so rugged and handsome and make him lift these weights. But sometimes we negotiate. So if it lands on this red one right now, and I'm not really feeling it, I do negotiate with them, and sometimes they call it off. But
so we get about a 22% chance of the drawing challenge, which would be fun.
A 22% chance of the drawing challenge, and well, there's 8 of them total. So
12.5.
Even better than that. 12.5 for each of these homies, plus we got the ultra prize.
So it's 25% chance. Let's do this.
All right, here we go. Spin it right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round. And then we just sit. We patiently wait. And we go, wow, what a smooth rotation.
Hey, what a good idea. I like this. Who came up with this?
This has kind of evolved over time. We did like a subathon stream one time where we did this and everybody worked towards different goals, and then we wanted to like mix up what the goals were to kind of randomize. Ooh, a token of gratitude prize. We like that around here.
Okay.
All right, so the way this works is you type a thing into the chat, anything at all. Nick, there are only 313 of these in existence. We decided it would be fun to have a physical way to say thank you for people joining us.
And this
on the stream.
What is this?
This is one from last year. That's silver, and then we made it gold. This one here. But yeah, we can sign these we can send them pretty much anywhere in the world. And
that's cool.
If Nick's down, Nick, would you sign the one we send out as the prize today too?
Of course.
So all you got to do is type something in chat, anything at all, as long as it's decent enough.
And someone wins this, yeah.
And someone wins it. We send it your way.
That's cool.
Yeah, we used to mail pins, but they would kind of pop out of the envelope because of the backing. So the token fits there a lot better.
Wow, where do you get these?
We custom made them. My buddy Cameron.
Cool.
It's quite an undertaking actually to have 313 die printed metal things, but we do them like in a batch for the year. And cool. A lot of them we give out to the folks who are gifting the most. That we give them to our top 28 gifters, and then the only other way you can get them is to win as a prize. All right, so you're enjoying a delicious additional treat.
I'm in trouble.
Can't stop this guy.
We've cracked them, and sometimes I just get a little nuts.
Do you want to read the Will you read the winner as Leon Kennedy eating an Oreo?
Yes. Okay. Okay. So, all right.
This is Leon Kennedy eating an Oreo while announcing a winner.
Okay. So the winner is Narita Malfoy 137. Hasta luego.
I love it.
Hey,
Thank
congrats.
you.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Narina Malfoy 137. I'm going to send you instructions right now in a whisper on how to claim your prize. And before Nick goes, I will have him sign one of these tokens for you, and we'll get it in the mail.
Let's not forget.
Let's not forget. Make a mental note. I will make a note. Okay, here we go. Copy, paste, and send. Nice, and we can spin the prizing challenge wheel again. So there's still hope of our drawing challenge happening if and when we cross over the goal. Sneaky Sneasel, I want to say thank you for the gifted sub. Love Scarlet Stark, thank you for the cheers, and KB with the gift sub to chat. Yeah, I see Trick Kova is here with their prime. Good news, bad news, Nick. Jeffrey Bezos has taken over the stream. He wants what's his. He wants your Amazon Prime. Give it to Jeffrey. The only way to stop Jeffrey Bezos from taking everything you own is by using your free Amazon Prime on our channel. We don't want Jeffrey to have everything.
I got you.
So we want to take back what's ours by using an exclamation point in the chat.
I like that.
Machiavellian Raccoon, welcome back for 9 months. That's a Twitch baby. When people subscribe for 9 months, we take a baby. Help me with this baby, it's heavy. And we there he goes, your baby. Raise him up right.
Twitch baby. Oh, that makes sense.
Teach him up right. Teach him to vote is what we say about the babies. Reina and Startles, thank you for the sub. And Renavon 37, welcome back. So Nick, you are a gamer from before being in games, which is cool. You like horror games in particular. We talked about Dead Space and Resident Evil.
Love them.
Are there games which don't have blood, gore, guts, and otherwise death that you enjoy?
Psychological. Wait, you're saying outside of horror?
Yeah, like what's the sweetest game that Nick likes to play?
I mean, Mario. I grew up with Mario. All that, like even like Mario Kart. That's not guts and gore.
Do you like racing games? Because I would race you. We could race in some Crash Team Racing. I don't have Mario on here, but
what's Crash Team Racing?
It's Crash Bandicoot's answer to
Didn't that just come out?
Mario Kart. They remade it.
Oh, okay.
You know, kind of a
I love racing games. I play Rocket League all the time.
Oh yeah.
You ever play that?
I have only played Rocket League once, but our manager, also named Nick. I guess all Nicks like Rocket League.
I guess they do.
He was kind of hooked on that game.
It's a great game. I play everything and anything.
You ever play Overwatch?
No.
But would you?
Of course, I would get hooked and I would never stop. I play.
Are you a tank? Are you a damage? Or are you a support healer?
I would probably be damage, but no, I play your royales like Fortnite. I like Helldivers. I play that with people that play Warzone, Call of Duty, stuff like that. Those are shooters and all that stuff. Love them. Team-based stuff, love. But then I play, like in my heart, are side scrollers. Metroidvania is arguably my favorite genre. You know, like unlocking levels and stuff, platforming and stuff like that.
Okay.
And there's such a resurgence of like new retro games that are like 8-bit, 16-bit.
Yes,
I just eat to death on the Switch. And I travel so much. I'm on planes and in lounges all the time, and I play these all the time. I just beat Haiku, just beat the two Oris.
Ori and the Blind Forest and Will of the Wisps.
Did you play those?
We played the first one, which is Blind Forest, I think.
Yeah.
We played some of it. We didn't do a full playthrough of it.
Yeah, those are great games, stuff like that. The Prince of Persia, the new one that came out, that was great.
I know we got some Prince of Persia fans here.
Yeah.
How about Sonic and Streets of Rage?
Yep, I grew up with Sonic, Sega, Streets of Rage, grew up with that stuff, the beat 'em ups. I recommended Turtles in Time to you.
Nice.
At one point, we should play that because me and you can beat that game in 25 minutes.
Should we do it? Is it on Steam? It's on Steam.
Gotta be on...
Or on PlayStation. Which do you prefer?
I don't know. I mean, I don't...
Hold on, Turtles in Time.
We could beat that in literally 25 minutes if you hold your own.
I can hold my own, bro.
I know you can.
Turtles in Time, yes. Oh my god. So you know what Amelia and I did for our anniversary last night? We went out to a nice dinner, and then we went to an arcade. And the
okay.
arcade had, you know, it was one of those places you pay to go to the arcade, and then everything's free to play inside the arcade, which is real nice.
We'll have to talk about that
We should
later.
go on, yeah. We should go on another adventure.
Yeah.
Go back there.
Maybe
but
we can celebrate our friendiversary.
Yeah, which is
We'll pick an arbitrary date.
yeah. Which is shit. Let's go to the arcade right now.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and I played Mortal Kombat with Amelia for the first time. Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh my god.
Amelia.
Classic.
Yeah, it was just so fun to see Amelia, like, you know, like
Damn.
going at it.
Yeah.
But dude, Turtles in Time. I feel like this must have been at the arcade.
No. Turtles.
No?
Turtles 2 was in the arcade. Turtles in Time was on Super Nintendo. And that game, to this day, is one of the best beat 'em ups that exists. If you guys have not played Turtles in Time, no, I don't work for the company. I have no stake in this, and it is that good.
Okay, Turtles
Such
in Time.
a good game.
You can play on PS3.
And you can play the Cowabunga collection. I have it on Switch. You can probably get that on PlayStation, the Cowabunga collection, I think. Don't know. And we don't have to do that today, but
I don't
we
know,
should,
dude.
We should put that on the burner.
Okay, I like that. Yes, you can play. It is included in Cowabunga Collection, available on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Let's get it downloading in the background right now.
And maybe if we feel like it, we'll just do it.
Yeah, because it never hurt anybody to just like have a little extra Cowabunga on their
Yeah.
day.
My record, I beat that with my buddy Chris in 23 minutes.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna show your buddy Chris how to beat it slower. How to take your time and enjoy yourself. Beat it in 27 minutes. Shredder's Revenge is getting some love from Miro.
It's pretty good. They did a good job of trying to recreate what Turtles in Time was, but in my humble opinion, I think nothing tops Turtles in Time.
I mean, the Ninja Turtles went a long way for me as a young person. I didn't really get into, like, my grandparents would send us stuff for Power Rangers, you know, and they thought we were into Power Rangers, but I wasn't really into Power Rangers. And now my bro is telling me that, like, he's coming back to Power Rangers, like, as a 30-year-old, being like, actually, Power Rangers is pretty cool.
I believe it.
I just never,
believe
as a
that.
kid, I was like, I'm not a Power Ranger kind of guy.
I would watch it before school. I would watch it. I was never a diehard fan. Oh, you got Balatro, I see.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Because I
love it.
I was feeling like I really was enjoying it, but I wasn't sure if it was like as much of a streaming game. Like,
No,
I feel like
it's
it was
not. It's
more of a like on my own meditative kind of a.
It's not a streaming game. No, I don't think.
Let's find Turtles.
Oh,
I like Turtles.
This is exciting. I'm just saying, this is one of my favorite games.
This is
one of my
installed here.
one of my top 10s. And the soundtrack is fantastic.
Let's go shopping. One of my favorite things to do while streaming is to go get a new game, because it just feels so like the audacity that part of what I can do. Turtles. No, we want
Collection.
Cowabunga.
Yes, Cowabunga collection. There we go, right there.
What do you think, team? Do we want it? We want it bad enough? We're getting it. Confirm purchase. Love it. Thank you. Emailed your receipt. Downloading and installing. We want the PS5 version. I'm gonna plug us in with the LAN cable so it happens faster.
Damn, that's exciting.
Anything you want, Nick. Don't worry, I didn't leave you all alone. You're doing great.
I cracked him, man. I got a problem.
Oh, yeah, one. Just 6 or 7 more. Anybody? 6 or 7 more Oreos? What could be wrong? Nick, it's also worth mentioning that I'm sipping my drink out of a Life is Strange goblet.
Oh, yeah.
I thought to give you this one, but then I took a sip from it. And
Did you guys play those games on Steam?
we did, and you are not only Frank, but another dude whose name Charles is his name.
Charles Erickson.
Charles Erickson.
He's the alcoholic father. That's some heavy material.
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day, the only time I ever acted in the booth with someone else.
Really?
My kid. My kid who plays little Chris.
Oh man.
And I'll tell you, for those scenes, that actually made a difference.
For sure.
Although I just met him, he was a nice kid.
I wish everything was with a scene partner.
But it's like the
Comparatively.
subject matter of those conversations that I had with my son was so heavy, and to say it to a kid's face is like there's so much remorse with that character. Like, he knew he wasn't.
That kid's
a good
like,
father.
I'm not a kid. I'm a 45-year-old man who needed a job.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
wow.
Liam Neeson and Naked Gun. But you know, it's like when you're saying it to someone, not just a microphone.
Yeah.
It's like the things that I was telling him knowing that I'm such a bad father and wishing I was better, it's like when you're staring at someone's eyes, it's like,
Wow.
this is a lot harder to say.
Yeah, for sure.
In a good way.
I bet it resonated in the performance.
Oh.
I mean, have you played through all the Life is Strange games, or which ones? Before the Storm and the Frankie type ones?
and 2.
Oh, interesting. You have not played the original Life is Strange?
Mm-mm.
Huh? It's there waiting for you.
I know.
You can play them all out of order. Go crazy with it, like I did with Resident Evil.
As you probably know, as many of you guys in chat probably understand, I've got a backlog of like maybe 400 games that I want to get to, and it's like you gotta pick and choose.
What's the top of the backlog? Like right now, if the world paused and was like, okay, you have, 72 hours to play whatever game you want for 3 days.
I've been wanting to visit the Max Payne series.
Oh, interesting.
Because I played
yeah, we love the Remedy games.
I'm a brand new fan of Remedy, and I played Alan Wake 1 and 2. I got to know Sam Lake, and now that I know like that's their vibe, especially Alan Wake 2 was just a wild experience. Now I'm like, okay, Remedy, I see you. Yeah. So I want to actually go back and play Control. I want to play Max Payne 1, 2, and 3.
Cool.
And I don't know. I mean, there's just so many. I'd have to flip a coin.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah.
We have many game recommendations here, and it's like it's impossible. It feels like because there's so many games. It's like when you sit down to watch Netflix and you're like, oh my god, there's so many options. How can I pick?
That's why, like,
what's going to be my evening?
When you're in a project and you realize like a lot of people it's making a lot of people happy. It's like that means a lot because there is so much to play. It's endless. It's endless. I mean, but your game takeoff. I don't want to talk about me the whole entire time.
I do.
Like, I want to know about you. Like they probably know you so well, but like I have so many questions for you.
Okay, well, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, or who's the other homie? Who did I leave out? Raphael.
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. Who's your turtle?
Well, my turtle will probably be I love Raph.
Yeah.
But in these games, I like Donatello because of his bow.
Yeah, I know. You gotta love a bow.
He's got
a little range action.
He's got a little bit more range. He's a little bit slower, but he's got more range and he's more powerful.
Well, good news, people. We only got 3 minutes to wait. Just 3 more minutes before we get to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
At a convention recently, I got to meet a lot of the original cast from the movie. Have you seen the original movie?
The live action movie? Yeah. I mean,
that's one of my top 10 movies of all time.
Whoa.
And I got to meet a lot of the original cast, and I was fangirling.
I bet, dude.
Like, oh my god! I was like, no way, really?
No, I wonder, like, when that movie first came out, though, the TV show the animated show was already so popular,
and it was great.
Like, they must have known what kind of a thing they were participating in, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah. And did you used to watch that?
The animated show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not like I couldn't tell you what happens, like,
sure, but you used to watch it.
Yeah, I know how it goes down. I know what Shredder says. I know how they keep it all together. I know they hang out, have some pizza.
It blew my mind to learn that
up like Marcus out of the manhole cover.
I love it. The voice actor for Shredder in the animated show was the dad in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh my
god.
Uncle
Phil?
That's wild. Uncle Phil is Shredder?
He voiced Shredder. When you listen to Shredder now, you're like, oh my god, yes, that's him. You can't unhear it.
That is wild. I did a student film when I was back at NYU days. It was like somebody's thesis film or whatever.
Yeah.
The film was basically about these 2 guys owe somebody $100. So they between these 3 guys, they got to figure out a way how they're each going to get $100 to like pay off the bully or whatever. That was the premise.
That's very much the plot of Friday.
Well, basically, yeah. I mean, it was a student film. There's not much going.
Can I see this?
I could try to find it for you. It's not on this computer, but it could be. Don't worry, I'm just dropping things because these are my Sobek dice.
I want to see your work, man.
As a youth, well, the premise is the reason I brought it up is I didn't work with Uncle Phil, but there was this guy who one of the guy's solutions to how he was going to make his $100 was he found someone's lost dog and he was going to return the lost dog and he's trying to get a reward even though no reward was offered to get the dog back. But the old man who answered the door, who was like doing this student film, I'm sitting back before we're filming it, and I was talking to him about acting, and like, you know, anytime I'm on set, I pretty much go to like find the oldest person there because they have the most
They get the wisdom.
you know, and like
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear from these guys, like, you know, what's it really like, right? And he was telling me about different jobs and things that he liked. He's like, well, you know, most of what I do is voiceover. And I was like, oh, whoa. What kind of things do you do? He's like, well, I'm Diablo in Diablo. And I was like, whoa, to me, this was wild.
You were playing that back then?
Yeah, it was Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. Like, this is, you know, back in... Actually, Diablo 1 was like end of high school, so probably like 2005 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was just like sitting casually, like, you know, on this little dorm room couch with Diablo himself. And it was wild that like, but he had like, you know, when he went and recorded that, they had no idea what it would be eventually. So he just like went into a booth and they were like, growl and be Diablo and do all this shit, and then like got paid his like day rate and then disappeared again. And then years later, he's like, oh, I guess I'm Diablo in Diablo.
Yeah, but even back then, like, it wasn't as prestigious to do video games. I think a lot of people,
not at all.
A lot of people just didn't understand what they were doing. They're like, all right, I'll do a couple lines for this game, I guess. It was like that kind of attitude, and they're sure, I'm sure they were like happy to be working, but like that's a big deal.
Oh, and we definitely are living right now, I think, in the age of performance in games. Like,
oh yeah,
there have been video games featuring performance, but it is like building up to a place now where it's like performance is expected in video games in a lot of genres. Like, if the acting is horrible or if the characters don't matter to me as a player, I'm just like, why am I going to do this?
Right.
If I'm going to play something mindless, I'll just play Snake.
Yeah, but also the great thing is like there's so many genres of games at this point.
So
like
many.
some don't, that's not the focus, but then some that is absolutely the focus is the story,
the core of
the immersion of it. Like, you get invested with the stories, and then sometimes you play card games like Balatro and just zone the F out, and it's like, but this is also entertaining as well.
Do you think sorry, you were gonna say?
No, I just think it's great where the industry's going. There's just so much variety.
And we're done striking, which is nice. Not to get into it on the weeds, but the video games that you all are hoping for are more likely to continue to move along now that we've moved past the strike thing.
Yeah.
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection is ready to go. I think we should take a 5-minute hydration break so that I can keep dropping the same thing and picking it up. No, it's mine. I got it. We'll and when we come back, we play a little Cowabunga collection.
Oh man, that's exciting.
Does that sound good?
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate. Marshall Dillon, thanks for the gift sub to Oh Shit a Moose. Thunder Connor 8 RK800, welcome back for 32 months. Just Mini, welcome back with your Prime. Quadra Royales, welcome back for 22 months. And Rainery, thank you for the gift sub to Knees. No more of those, young man.
One more.
You know what? You enjoy that. You deserve that. All right, we got some more shout outs on the other side. Big thank you to Vampire Wolfie. Hey, did we do it? Did we cross over? We did it. 520,000 on Twitch. Team.
That's wild, guys.
That is wild. Also, I feel like it was like not 6 months ago we crossed over 500,000, which is pretty cool. This is you show no signs of slowing. Thank you for supporting our channel, everybody.
That's crazy.
And Vampire Wolfie, thank you for the huge cheers. We're going to be right back. Get yourself a snack. Get yourself some Oreos. Get yourself some water. We'll see you in 5 minutes. Again, this is Nick who's joining us. You know him as Leon Kennedy, of course, in Resident Evil 2 and 4 Remake. And if you type !Nick into the chat, and Leon, !Leon into the chat, you'll get a link to Nick's socials, and also he's got a cameo. So maybe you need a video from young Nick telling your uncle, thank you for showing you a horrifying Terminator 2 when you were a child.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the guy. Appreciate you all being here. We'll be right back in 5. Oh, one more thing I was going to tell you. We're playing Dishonored in 28 stab wounds or less. We've decided we're going to do this on Sunday. If you can join us. Dishonored is apparently a game with lots of stabbing.
Yes.
So we are going to stab 28 times and then the playthrough's over. So we use our stabs very sparingly.
Really?
Yeah, we'll see how long. We might not make it through one stream.
That's crazy. You do challenges like that often?
No, this is just special because people were like, play Dishonored. I want you to play Dishonored. And then we watched the trailer and it was just like a ton of knifing people in the back of the head. And I was like, I don't know if I need to knife that many people in the back of the head. And they were like, do it. It's fun to knife people in the back of the head. And we were like, all right. 28 stab wounds is kind of a meme within our community because it's a line in Detroit. And so we decided we'd play
That's cool.
that game. And then tomorrow we got my dear buddy, good old Ben Levin, aka the Grasshopper, my musician buddy's gonna come tomorrow. We're gonna join. He's gonna join us. We're gonna play a little Guitar Hero, and he's gonna bring his ukulele. So we're gonna play. It's gonna be kind of a musical stream tomorrow,
Cool.
and that'll be at noon, which is 45 minutes later than whatever time it is for you right now. All right, we'll be right back in 5. See you soon. Thank you.
Peace out.
Click.
Yeah.
We're back.
Hey.
We were just talking about how we liked this.
Yeah.
We like this. We
Being-
like you all. This is a good hang.
Being in the same room and just talking about nonsense.
Yeah, instead of stuck on a Zoom call, it's nice to be in the flesh.
Yeah, because I
You
hate
know.
computers.
Don't tell them, they're listening. They're right here.
I love you.
We love you on the computer. But no, the computer. You don't want the computer to find out that you don't like computers.
They're about to take over.
Jedi Ferret, thanks for being here with your Prime. Raina, thank you for the gifted sub. Minor Fluid, welcome back for 10 months. Simmer Creator, thank you for the gifted sub. American Idiot, welcome back for 58. A shiny button has appeared and I pressed it. Too bad it doesn't shoot confetti. It does, Nick. I put a whole bunch of invisible confetti down here on the desk. Would you mind scooping some up and tossing it into the sky with me?
Ready?
3, 2, 1, toss it. Yes. Beautiful.
You are.
Nicely done.
You are wild.
It's real. It's real. It's genuine. Look at it go. Astral Hearts, welcome back for 26 months. Are you eating the confetti, sir?
Yes. You never did that as a kid?
No. I think that might have... I did it. Did you eat confetti as a kid?
Don't judge me.
Okay, I do judge you. You're not supposed to eat confetti. Jade Roman, welcome and thank you for being here for 16 months. And KV, thank you for the gift sub to Do You Like Frogs? Do you like frogs?
I love frogs.
Ooh, do you like that frog?
Yeah, it's cute.
Good talk.
I
Son,
was picturing,
there's a few things I need to tell
I
you
was
about.
picturing like a little tiny, majestic little tree frog. I like those, the colorful ones.
Yeah. But this is very colorful. I mean, this is undeniably colorful.
Actually, speaking of that, one thing I've learned in building in the jungles is that the more colorful a frog is, a tree frog, the more poisonous it is. So that thing was probably deadly.
This kills everybody.
It's the most dangerous animal on earth.
It is not.
Is your frog.
I did not know that. The more colorful, the more deadly.
Yeah, we had to learn that.
The hard way.
Well, the most dangerous project that I did was in the rainforest in Bolivia.
Holy hell.
And a couple weeks before we went there, I watched a program with my ex-girlfriend, and it was like a Nat Geo program, and it was like the 72 most dangerous animals on the planet, and like 45 of those species were in the Bolivian rainforest. And I was like,
have a fun trip.
I was like, oh my goodness. I'll show you videos later of the bugs. Everything wanted to kill me, but enough of that.
Enough of that. I'm gonna go for I have earbuds for you. I did sanitize them so they're nice and clean. Put that in your left ear.
Okay.
Do you wanna have both, or do you? I find it a little easier in some cases if I'm talking to just have the one. But do you want to?
No, that's fine. What, for the music and sound effects?
Yeah.
This is a very simple game.
All right, good.
But I hope they can hear it because the music in this game is amazing. Will they be able to hear it?
They'll be able to hear it. We do give you all audio. Press X in the chat if you like audio with your video games.
It's great, guys.
They're gonna like it. You're gonna like audio. Yeah, you like that
You would
shit.
be-
You like it when there's audio, don't
You would be missing out.
Sometimes they tell me there's no audio, and I'm like, oh, you spoiled little brats. You want audio and video? You want A to your B?
Yeah.
That's not a phrase. We don't. That's not it. Okay, they do get audio. We get audio. You get audio. Ninja Turtles get audio. I'm gonna. Do you think it's better if we're stacked on top of each other like this? So you can kind of see on the. Here, you can look for monitor. Or do you think we need to be split like on either side of the screen?
I think you might want to put us up to the top corners
Up to the top corners. Whoop. How about like that?
so they can see all the.
Does this feel good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best bet.
Nice. Brippa.
Oh.
All right, you all can hear it,
man.
right? You bougie little audio listeners, you.
Okay, Konami. Konami has made some bangers.
So when did this game first come out?
This was like in the
PlayStation
early.
3?
No.
Well,
Well,
they redid it. For
the collection was in PS3, but this game we're about to play came out in the early to mid 90s.
Turtle Power.
Most of you were probably not even born.
First start. Options. We're gonna play English. Vibration on, dude.
On.
Oh yeah, bro. How's the audio level for everybody? Maybe it's a little loud for awesome. And
Exciting.
we're gonna play.
Okay,
Which one do you want to do Turtles in Time?
Go over. This one.
Okay, what's the big difference here?
The other one is the arcade version. This one's better. This is the original.
Got it.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. This is great.
This is what you get. All right, you like audio, but not too much. I turned it down a little bit, team. I think it will be better for you now. Starring Leon Kennedy.
If I ever get married, my wedding song is going to be the theme of the Western level.
Nice. Two-player.
Two-player, baby.
We want two-player and time trial.
Go to option.
Okay. I want to. Can you go to option?
Oh.
Do I hit select? Oh, they want you to hit old school.
Old school. Rest, go to 5, and player dash, go to manual.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
That's all we got to know.
And we're playing in the library with automatic weapons only. And oh no, we'll do that later. We should have a GoldenEye stream. I want to do a sleepover party one time on stream where we have like a bunch of guests come.
Don't
and
you
then
tempt me.
People come all through the night. We play like only Nintendo 64 and original Nintendo games.
Don't you tempt me. Okay. Here we go. Press start.
Oops, I hit option.
The options should be the same.
Should we double check that?
I think we should. It's an old game. You never know.
I don't know how to get back there. Will we be able to tell right off the bat?
I will be able to tell. In fact, yes.
Are you first player? No, I'm first player.
You're first player. I will take Leo. All right, here we go. Guys, this is
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Thank you, mods. Let's get a little love for our mod team looking out for us.
Thank you, mods. So you know Ash, my girlfriend.
Yes, yes.
We bonded the first night I met her. We bonded over this game.
You know, is it lost on you that Leon Kennedy calls out for help from Ashley? And now you
No, that's not
have
lost.
found yourself an Ashley?
No, because
A very real Ashley?
when we're at conventions, if I have to yell to her across the table,
Ashley!
I'll go, Ashley! And everyone just giggles in the line. Okay, a couple things for this
Yes,
game,
sir.
and then we could just blab on. Dash. If you're going left and you hit left twice quick, you'll dash, and you'll shoulder dash into people and stun them.
Are you using the D-pad or using the joystick?
I'm using D-pad all the way.
D-pad old school.
Yes. So if you double tap, you'll run. And if you hit the attack button, you'll shoulder hit them, stun them, which is good. And then if you walk up to them while they're stunned, you can throw them.
Oh!
Faster kill. Yeah.
Now you could. Is this the kind of game that you could, back in the day, you could have beat it with just a pair of quarters?
Oh, yeah.
No need for continues.
I can beat this with a buck.
So for clarity, I'm purple and you're blue.
Yep.
For anybody who's just tuning in. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Rather Donatello and Leonardo.
The levels take like 2.5 minutes to beat.
Which is honestly a perfect amount of length.
Yes, it is. So you'll do that slam if you walk up to them, and it kills everyone around you. A lot of useful little tricks. You'll know every move in this game within the first level.
Well, I've heard it said of game design that the best games are easy to learn and difficult to master.
Yes.
So you... Oh, God. Okay, like staying out of his electric eyes, for instance.
And we're already at the boss. Pizza will heal you, as it does in real life.
Yeah, pizza heals me.
Can we have pizza at your sleepover?
We should have a sleepover. Dude, what if we did like... Okay, so it is maybe not like an unknown fact. Here.
I wouldn't get that yet.
Yeah, we don't need that. It is not a secret that the Resident Evil cats, you all know each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you all kind of hang out. You've worked on multiple projects together at this point.
Yeah, we're all friends.
I feel like, so when we play Resident Evil, we've been doing it in character. Terminate the turtles.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah, as these fun characters called Ethan and Winters, who are two vampires. They are very broad clowns and like to, you know, flail and fail for people's viewing enjoyment. They're a bit silly, but I was thinking it would be kind of fun if they hosted a party for all the Resident Evil cast. So you all could come as, you know, yourselves or as others. But like an all-nighter, you know? We just like, whoop! We do like an extended stream where people can come and go. Oh man, what even is that weapon?
I don't know, but he's dead. That's how quick the first level is. Boom.
Dude, good work. Do I need that pizza?
No,
Is it gonna explode?
you get more points.
Bloop. Sounds fun. But I really like the idea of playing like old arcade games or like classic games that you can still talk through and just, you know.
100%. So when I was streaming more, I was realizing that it was hard for me to enjoy a new game and try to figure everything out and do the stream thing.
Yeah.
So if I do go back to streaming, which I might, I'm never against it, but I'm gonna play games like this, just because I can chat and like.
It's the hang.
I don't have to. It's the hang. I don't have to think about this. I also used to like company. I didn't like to stream by myself.
It's hard. I say, and I'll say it again, anybody who streams on their own is doing a better job than us, Amelia and I, when we can stream together, because it's just much more difficult to stream on your own.
Also, I just think it's more interesting, too, to have just another voice there.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a more active...
Yeah, bounce ideas off. The flow's good.
Hey Dan Law, what's going on? Well, I'll tell you what, because Nick can game and answer fun questions at the same time. If anybody has any, you know, Leon Kennedy, Resident Evil, video game and/or building questions for Nick, feel free to tag at Dechart Games in the chat.
We can go through blueprints if you're trying to
Yeah.
build a garage. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
If you need Nick to confirm that you're...
These guys suck. They will take away a lot of power. Oh boy.
Glad I'm here with you. Do you think Leon Kennedy listens to Britney Spears? Or would he?
Hit me, baby.
One more time. Do you have any TV show or movie recommendations? Stuff that you're watching right now that people might get into? Besides The Fixers, you should watch The Fixers. I'm gonna check that out.
It's a really cool... I love when horror movies are good, and I'm very picky with them. There's one that I really enjoy. I tell a lot of people to watch. It's called Lake Mungo. It's a kind of like a pseudo found footage kind of movie, but it was made in I think Australia. It came out of Australia.
Okay.
Or New Zealand. One of them.
Mungo?
Lake Mungo, and it's a brilliant horror piece. Really unsettling. I just like it. I've watched it with a lot of people.
So what in your definition of a good horror movie, like what sets it apart, you know, from being just like a pretty good one to like one that's worth recommending?
The tone of it is just kind of unsettling.
You like to be unsettled?
Grab that guy. Yes.
Pizza bomb!
That's what I like in horror movies. Is I like to feel uneasy and unsettled by them.
It's so wild, man. I don't like that feeling at all. I don't ever want to feel unsettled. I feel unsettled enough.
it's like a drug to me though. Like that feeling. Because it's like you're watching a movie. I know it's fake. I know people made this, got paid to make it.
I gotta get
and when it still makes me feel like that, I'm like, wow, job well done, guys.
I see.
You know what I mean? It's impressive to me. I don't know. How do you describe
because
that?
you've built up a higher tolerance to it. It's more and more difficult for one.
Oh,
to...
absolutely. Yeah, that's why I'm picky with them. And look, I'll watch a movie.
This guy's gonna mangle us, dude.
No, it's not.
Okay, so you're not a horror movie snob though. You'll watch even.
Of course.
There's a lot of bad horror. I feel like a lot of really like.
Like my brother's the complete opposite. He will scour like Netflix, and you know those like C movies that has just like the worst title ever, and you can tell it was like
Trolls 2, for instance.
Even worse than that. It's
worse than Trolls 2.
What I'm saying is like the most cheesy title for a horror movie. My brother would look at that and be like, "Oh, that looks good," and I'm like, "Oh God, Steve, what are we doing tonight?"
Wait, did you watch those? See, when I think of like I don't know, not necessarily bad movies, but like the movies that stick out to me from that era of childhood are like The Dark Crystal. Did you watch The Dark Crystal?
Oh, Dark Crystal was trippy, man.
I like The Dark Crystal or Never Ending Story or
Good one.
that kind of world. Yeah, just send a little Oreo for a treat. GG everybody, good work. Keep it going.
Never Ending Story.
Scene
Oh
3.
my god, that was a good one. I want to watch that again, actually.
Mm-hmm. All right. What you want to talk about? Death Island?
Sure.
Resident Evil Death Island. What is that for people who have no idea?
Death Island is the latest CG movie in the Resident Evil franchise. Came out maybe 2 years ago. I was not in that, but it was a fun story where that was kind of like the Avengers of.
Oh, they get all the heroes together. And...
A lot of the heroes came together and fought for the first time together in the lore. So it was a really fun story. Cool monster at the end. Yeah, I watched it. It was a good time. Most of my friends were in it. I knew almost everyone there.
So the
Oh yeah, the question marks are good. They're pizzas.
No surprise, it's always pizza.
I needed one. Those animations are just like, you don't have things like that in games anymore.
Sometimes I start watching the wrong turtle. You know? What was it, Xenomorph popping out of here?
Yeah, I don't know where they were going with this.
It's a mutant something or other.
Jump kicks are good with these guys.
Nice. Is there someone, because you're doing a lot of conventions and stuff recently. You've been traveling all around.
Yeah,
Is there someone that you got to meet at a convention that you were like, oh my god, no way am I backstage with you right now?
John Carpenter.
Oh shit,
If
really?
you guys don't know who John Carpenter was, he's just a mastermind. Halloween. He directed Halloween. Wrote that, composed the score. He's
Watch your toes, dude.
I'm just going at this guy. Come down to the front, right in the middle, and we might just be able to kill him real quick.
Our toes, dude.
He did The Thing. I mean, he's done so many good movies. Oh. Taking him down!
Got him, dude. Thanks for letting me
Damn.
out. I like this high-fiving every now and then.
Yeah. Can't do that on Zoom.
You can't high-five on Zoom. It takes all the fun out.
John Carpenter was a legend. I got to meet Danny Glover. I mean, so many. Andy Serkis, got to hang out with him.
Cool.
Just legends. Yeah.
So that's a natural segue to where are you going next? Because you're when I was talking to Nick about when could we do a stream together, he's like, well, I'm gonna be at a convention every weekend for a while.
For the next 11 weekends. So,
11 weekends?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's pause real quick. Can we pause? This game's unpausable.
Oh, we could just leave it.
Tell them, where are you going the next 11 weekends?
Well, I
In
don't know
order.
about that. I don't know about that, guys, but
Look here, people can check in from around the world. They can type !check in. They'll tell us where they are and where are you going.
okay. I'm gonna spit off a bunch of cities. Denver coming this weekend. Denver, Albuquerque, New Mexico. There's gonna be South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, Chicago, Boston, Toronto, Alabama.
Holy hell.
That's what I can rattle off the top of my head right now. And then San
Where-
Francisco and New Orleans at the end of the year.
Nice. So where do they find this information? If someone's like, oh, I want to go meet Nick in person at an event, they find that on your social media?
The best thing to do, if you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I will be posting when these shows are announced. When I'm announced, I'll be reposting and stuff. So if you follow me, you'll know exactly where I'm going to be. But I'm hoping that I come to your area.
Nice. I'm
Yeah.
hoping you do too. I mean, you're literally at my area. This is like a personal.
Yeah.
This is like a personal convention for me to be like fan number one.
Hey,
I'm your number one fan, Nick, and don't let any of these people tell you that they love you more. I love you more.
he's my number one. You guys,
I love him the most.
you guys share the spot for number 2.
Yeah. What? All right. Let's get this. Leon's Jacket. Thank you for being here and subscribing.
Leon's
And Torges, thank you for being here for 33 months. All right. Let's get like this is what we like. get it.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be fun though. It's as you know, you've done the convention circuit. Like
I love it.
It's fun. The road is fun.
We
And it's-
haven't done it. We haven't been to a convention in a long time. We got our first one coming up in October.
Awesome. Which
Yeah.
one?
We're going to MCM in the UK in
Oh,
London.
cool.
And we got a lot of our viewers and community are based in London, in the UK. Yeah, I just like to get to see people in person and also put a name to a face because
Yeah. They've
it-
been supporting you all this time.
yeah, well, it really changes how I feel about being on stream when I look and I see a whole bunch of names in chat where I'm like, oh no, we've met. Like I really do, have like a name for a face goes a long way, and people get to like show off really awesome cosplay. I'm basically like a huge nerd for people's cosplay.
I gotta tell you, that's my favorite part of conventions. Is seeing some of my favorite characters too. Like, even people that don't come to see me. I'm just like, oh my god, it's the Ninja Turtles. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's a Ghostbuster. Yeah. I get so... It's Bob Ross. I just see that. It's like Halloween, man. Halloween was always my favorite holiday growing up. I liked it so much that in college, I would throw an additional Halloween party mid-year in May.
Nice.
And some of the haters...
Just to re-up on it?
Why don't you get that?
No, you need it.
You need it too.
No, you need it more, bro. I'm your #1 fan, bro. Get it. I gotta get this pizza.
And some of the haters would be like, bro, it's May. Why are you throwing a Halloween party? I'm like, why not?
Yeah, man.
It gives us 2 opportunities to dress up. And so, like, that's what a convention is. It's Halloween for me.
Yeah, that's nice. There's this video on TikTok I was watching where the guy goes around and he like purposefully gets their cosplay wrong. So like he'll go up to somebody who's like obviously just dressed as a Jedi or whatever, and he's like, or it's like, this is clearly Darth Maul, and he's like, I'm here, and oh wow, this is Ronald McDonald. Like he just like doesn't get it.
That's funny. Ooh, boss fight. This one's gonna be tough.
Okay.
Conquer and divide. Divide and conquer.
Conquer and divide. All right. Conquer and then scatter. All right. I got electrocuted. That's the problem. Well, who do you want? You want to go after the turtle-looking guy? I'll go for the werewolf.
I guess whoever's near you. That's how we'll do it.
Strategic. And my bow staff skills.
Oh, shit.
This guy looks like a Skeksis. This bird turtle.
It's a bird turtle. He's actually a snapping turtle in mutant form.
You know what? I actually feel like I remember that because there was a toy of him.
Yes.
This guy is a...
His name is Tokar. That's Tokar and Razor.
We had a lot of action figures growing up. Is that something you guys had as kids?
Of course.
I had like all kinds of... I actually have a box of Star Wars. Oh, I'm dead, dude. I want to continue. Take a screenshot to remember. Player. Oh, I can mix it up. Who should I be? I'm gonna...
You can steal my lives.
I don't want to steal your lives.
No, you have to because I need you. Be whoever you want. Oh, yes. Thank you.
I'm hooked on this bow staff. I like it.
Isn't he awesome? Donnie's great.
Yeah, I used to make little stop motion videos with my action figures.
I love it.
Just take a picture and then move the character a little bit. Take a picture again.
I want to see your creative work, Brian. I
have so many. I have hard drives of like old short films that like
I want to see this.
feel so questionable about sharing with the internet. Once you put it on the internet, it's never coming back, dude.
You don't have to put it on the internet. You can show me at your sleepover.
Okay, yeah.
Can we have a viewing party?
Private viewing booth where you have to be subjected to films that I made in 1990 something.
Do you know how much I want that?
You will have it.
Yeah.
I'll trade you. That could be a fun thing, is have people bring something to screen.
Dude, I got some bangers that they should never see the light of day. I've been in some pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
It's interesting to see also like how comedy has evolved, because there's some things that I did back then where I was like, I felt like it was really out of left field comedy.
Yeah.
But then you look at what is popular on the internet today, and I'm like, oh, this actually like kind of would fit.
It
Okay,
would have back then. The only way you can kill this guy is, remember I said you gotta, you gotta throw them like that. So you gotta stun them and then throw them. These guys are endless. You gotta throw like maybe 10 people at him. He'll do it. And he does shoot things.
Yeah, see that?
Watch that.
Reticle.
Yep. Well, what is your impression so far? We're about halfway done with the game.
Of this game? I'm loving it, dude. I mean, it's giving me the peaceful, you're beating them up, dude. And I've,
It's one of the OG beat 'em ups.
you know, it's also forgiving enough that it's nice. You know, like right now I'm just face down on the ground, thinking about my life. I like a fast respawn. I'm gonna throw that out there. That in games, like,
Yep.
I asked Nick about some games. Have you played Split Fiction?
No, I actually haven't. I just knew that was a
You're
good.
familiar?
Oh, come on! I wanted to stay alive for this. But I've heard it's fantastic, and I wanted to play that.
It's really good. It's a great. I think you threw all the dudes necessary.
Obligatory.
Obligatory high five. It's really good, but one of the things I really like about it, my patience is wearing thin. Banishing you to a time warp
Hence, Turtles in Time.
from which you will never return.
And my wedding song is coming up.
Your wedding song.
You'll see, it's a banger.
Cowabunga, dude!
Cowabunga! God, the turtles. We would dress up as turtles all the time.
Prehistoric Turtlesaurus.
This guy sucks. He's probably the hardest boss in the game.
Prehistoric Turtlesaurus?
Yep.
At a time like this?
How dare they?
Walked right into that.
They will run you over. Have you gotten used to the dash yet?
No, I don't
Dash,
think so.
I think it's the best move in the game. I love it. Just automatic stun. And we have rock soldiers coming up. We haven't seen them yet.
I definitely, I like that I'm playing with the D-pad because when I'm playing on Crash Bandicoot, like, 1 is my nostalgia trick game. Like, we would play a lot of games, but Crash Bandicoot was the one that as a kid, I, like,
It was good. That was
really
a good
took a
one.
liking to. But I always play that one with the D-pad, even though they remade it and you can play with the joystick, obviously.
But you know why? It's because those games weren't designed
No.
for a joystick.
And it was, and like the units of measurement are one D-pad push this way or that way. So if you're trying to like
Exactly.
not fall off of stuff.
Some games are harder to play with joystick. Okay, these guys, they're a little beefy. They're heavies.
I just keep slapping them with this long boy bow staff.
Isn't it great?
Okay, trampling me.
Oh, Elsa.
This reminds me of that. Oh, Leatherheads, the football movie. Not important. Next.
Is that an old one?
No, it's a George Clooney movie, but it's about like 1940s football. You know.
When they had the
Yeah,
the little leather helmets. That makes sense.
Did you play a lot of sports growing up, or was it more?
I played just about every organized sport except for hockey, and that's because I couldn't stop on skates. I would hit the boards or hit a little kid or something. And,
Yeah, I've never been confident on skates.
yeah.
Roller skates is I can handle roller skating. Is okay. Rollerblading. Sorry to.
No, it's okay. Yeah. What about you?
No, I was not really much of an athlete, and I realized later in life because I didn't get glasses until 5th grade, but surely my eyesight was not great. If I needed glasses in 5th grade, I ought to have had glasses earlier, probably.
In fact, that's when I got glasses. Was in 5th grade.
Yeah, I just think that like I wasn't good at sports because I didn't see the ball until like, oh, there it is.
Hit me in the face.
Yeah. So I don't know. I do think that like I have this theory that Robin Hood, for instance, might have just been the only guy of his time with 20/20 vision. You know, like there could have just been other dudes who like
It's very possible.
could not see the bow and arrow or could not see the target. So pizza time.
Yeah, I had glasses and then went to contacts, but my eyes just bad. And I should probably look into getting LASIK, you know that.
I got a friend who's
what I mean?
always talking about LASIK, and then,
Maybe I should.
but then, you know, she talks about it like she really likes it, but her husband, who is like there to help her with it, was kind of like, you don't need LASIK. Oh, this is the guy?
This guy sucks. We're gonna die a lot here.
This is where history slime balls. No, we're not. We're gonna team him up. Team him up.
Get him,
beat 'em
Brian.
up.
Get him, Brian.
Yeah. Why am I late?
You gotta
Flat
jump
out.
kick him, and when he jumps, you gotta hit him when he lands, and it stuns him, and then we can get a couple good hits off. Come on, jump. There we go. Nice. Okay. Stun log. Okay.
The thing is,
Get him, Brian.
Also, video games are fun because it's like a great equalizer. I mean, obviously, you should probably have your glasses on when you're playing your video games, but like, you know, your brain is doing stuff in a video game and keeping you competitive that, like, if you just don't have endurance, which I don't have, for like running and stuff, like, you know, playing soccer or something to me would just be close to an impossible feat. And in video
Soccer
games,
tough.
I could play video games for hours and hours and hours.
Get him out of the corner. He's gonna. Jeez, he's hard.
Oh, hell sucks.
Jump, you bastard!
Why am I got? Uh-oh. Continue?
Oh no.
I like to take a screenshot each time I die. Alright, we're gonna go to Michelangelo. Do some nunchucks.
Almost dead.
Oh, hell sucks.
Oh, he's reckless.
It's like these guys are just talking nostalgic shit. They're not focused.
Jeez. Oh my god, he just destroyed us. But there's no one harder. So, there's that.
We got him. Right?
got him.
He's clear. Alright, do you think we stand a chance to complete this in your same time frame? We didn't really start a timer, did we?
We did not. And we took a little break, then we paused a couple times.
We're doing it.
No, I don't think we'll beat the record, but I mean, any game within a half hour where, you know, as I played Breath of the Wild, took me about 180 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Enjoy
Skull
yourself.
and crossbones.
Oh, we're working our way through time. Skull and Crossbones. Hey, Plague Root has a message for you saying that their first video game crush was Resident Evil 2, the original.
yeah.
That gasp when the dead guy got up.
Yeah.
First time I saw a redhead in a game, and as a redhead, it was lovely.
That's great. That's awesome.
I really
like that.
appreciate the voice work you did in the remakes.
Hi, thank you very much. And yeah, you know, that was actually the first Resident Evil game that I played was 98. That was the first one.
The question from Plague is, have you met any of the other actors who have worked on Leon?
Yeah, of course. I've met
I was there with you, actually.
I've met just about every one of them.
Had you met Matt Mercer before that
No.
photo shoot we did?
No. Oh, yes, I have. I didn't meet him. Let's see. First time I met him. First time I met him in person was at the Game Awards a couple of years ago. Lovely guy. We've spoken a bunch of times. He sent me so many nice messages. Matt is a great guy. I got to know Paul Haddad. He was the original actor of Leon back in '98. He sadly passed away a few years ago from I forget exactly. It was some kind of some health issue that he had. But he was a nice guy. I have trained with Paul Mercier. He voiced Leon in my favorite game, Resident Evil 4, the original. Yeah, and I just met what is his name? Jason Font, who did Leon's mocap in Resident Evil 6 and a few of the CGI movies as well.
Dude, that's a lot of Leons.
There's a lot of Leons. The
Legion
Leon,
of Leons.
the Leonverse is vast. It really is.
None more handsome than the Nick we have here with us now.
Oh, you're just saying that, but all the while I just look like a curmudge eating Oreos right now.
You got these. You're on brand for yourself. People bring you Oreos at conventions. Does that ever become a problem for you?
No, you know why it doesn't? Because I give them away. Like I'm a big pay it forward guy.
You do share your Oreos.
And when someone brings me 6 bags of Oreos, I'm not going to eat 6 bags of Oreos, so I give them out. Everyone that comes to my table gets a free cookie.
See, that's nice. I made the mistake of liking Jelly Babies, which is a kind of like UK gummy treat.
Oh, okay.
Which was nice, but then people were bringing me Jelly Babies, and I had like
It's a lot of sugar.
600,000 pounds of sugar and gelatin.
Yeah, I love when people bring stuff. I can't eat it all because then I would not be able to fit in my pants. That's just the truth of it all. So I give them away, and everyone's happy. Everyone wins, and I like that.
When you go to these conventions over the weekend, are you there for one day, or are you going to be there for multiple days?
I'm gonna switch characters.
I think it's D-pad.
What did I do? Uh-oh.
We paused this. Taking a screenshot.
I paused with this button, but nothing's happening when
I think we can walk out. Here, circle out of this.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh!
Did I freeze the game? Oh, no.
No, you didn't.
But Michelangelo's in a cool position.
Well, we beat it! That's what happens when you beat the game!
Did I really just break this game?
I don't know that you did it.
I pressed start.
Press start again. No. We kicked a bug. Here, why do we do this?
I can't believe that. There's no way.
Resume game.
Let me...
There we go.
Oh. How do I...
So you're gonna select the options button.
Options. This button here?
The big one.
What am I
You're
doing?
taking a you're taking a screenshot. Press circle out of this. We don't want that. There you go.
Sorry.
Oh!
Wow, that was
It's okay. No,
That was a little-
it's been a long time since I played a game that actually used this like a select button.
Yeah.
You walk in the blank, shell brains. Just lost everything we worked for. Jareem, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, my friend. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sirs. Which one's rock? Fighting each other?
Cowabunga!
Cowabunga, dude!
I would love
Scrolling crossbow.
to voice act in a game like this.
You know, a lot of these games, like, I don't even know if you can find the voice cast. I was thinking that when we were playing Mortal Kombat 2,
Yeah.
and I was like, these actors, like, that did the physicality, you know?
Yeah.
Like, where are those people? What happened? They had no idea. They probably just went to some, like, sketchy studio, got their
Who
photo
knows?
taken 500 times.
Yeah.
This
Bury my shell at Wounded Knee. I could do that.
Yeah.
This is the song, guys. This is it.
This is what you're gonna get married to?
You know it. Isn't it great?
This is like as you walk down the aisle, or this is when you are pronounced husband and wife, or this is when
I think all three.
the whole time,
All it's all loop.
the entire wedding, the officiant's trying to say some shit, and you're like, no, just the song.
Here's the chorus, guys. Shut up.
Can we get onto that horse that's near down there, or no?
No. These games were simple back then.
Yeah, but you know, when I was playing at the arcade, they had original Mario.
Oh, yeah.
And there were some levels where, like, you could jump in the second, I think it's the second stage of the first world, you can go up above the map, you know? Like, you break a block with your head, and then you go over to, like, the warp
Oh yeah.
zone.
Oh yeah.
You are massively carrying us right now. That was not a cowboy at all! It turned out to be a ninja!
Trying to trick you. But it actually didn't even start with Mario with me. I started on Atari. I've been playing.
Oh, for real, for real?
I've been playing video games for 36 years.
Holy hell.
Started with Atari, with Pitfall.
Dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen an Atari since?
Yeah, a few times I come across it.
I've, dudes with the steel pipe, or the steel beams. Yeah, I was a original Nintendo playing Duck Hunt,
Oh, Duck Hunt was great.
playing Mario, played Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
That was a great game.
It was a
I
great
played
game.
that too.
My brother and I found out that like we could part of the traversal was like stacking on top of each other, like you could pick one up and
Yes.
throw 'em.
Grab that pizza.
Yeah, I do need that pizza. Thank you. And we also had this thing that was like it had a trackpad that was an Olympic game. Do you remember that? Where like you would like run on like a DDR touchpad kind of a thing.
I vaguely remember
and you
this.
do like long jump or like
Yes, vaguely remember that one. Also, they had American Gladiators.
yep.
Remember that
Yeah, I
game?
do remember that.
That was
very
a
similar.
Tough game.
Was that on NES? Or was that Sega?
That was Nintendo. I played the crap out of my Nintendo back in the day. Most of the people watching are probably like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
I remember when the first Sega with like the fighting touchpad, like it looked like an arcade. You know, you had 4 buttons and a joystick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not an actual controller. I thought that was so. I thought those kids were like living in the future. You know, and kids down at the end of the cul-de-sac that had Sega.
I was not a Sega guy. I was always a Nintendo. So I did Nintendo, Super Nintendo, I went to PlayStation. I've never been an Xbox guy.
When did you? So did you have N64 or did you get a PlayStation instead of an N64?
I got a PlayStation.
That was me too.
My little bro was heavy into the 64 and GameCube.
I like to tell the story that like we ask our folks for an N64. We wanted an N64 for Christmas,
It's good.
but the PlayStation must have been like the one they had in stock or like $8 cheaper or whatever. And that's so on Christmas when they're like, we're gonna get an N64. We got a PlayStation and we're like, what the hell is this thing? Like what even is a Crash Bandicoot?
The PlayStation was so good.
And then the PlayStation turned out to be way awesome, and all my friends that had N64, they all had the same games. So if you wanted to play any of the PlayStation games, we were the spot.
Okay, all
You
right.
know? So it was kind of a who knows what's good or
That
bad.
was serendipitous.
And I've been just a PlayStation guy ever since. I mean, I love Nintendo, but I don't have as many. Like all of my Nintendo favorites are like early, like you know, top-down gold cartridge Zelda. And
That's classic too. But you know,
kind of stuff.
one of my favorite games on PlayStation, I played the crap out of was Twisted Metal.
oh yeah, dude, Twisted Metal was the kind of thing that my parents were not so sure about, like that creepy clown.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
Twisted Metal, I think
That was violent.
That was early Santa Monica Studios.
Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure that is it? No,
Are you really?
no, maybe it's not. What did they do?
That game was so
early
good.
Santa Monica Studios had some.
Some oldies because I was visiting them, just saying hi, and I saw their
Their room.
their room with all the
Yes.
things there, and yes, I was like, you guys did that and that.
Hold on. We're going to the time warp, dude.
We're almost done.
Neon Knight Riders.
What am I thinking of? Didn't they have this kind of racing game that was like, was it on bikes or something?
I don't know.
Kinetica, that's what I'm thinking of. Do
Kinetica.
you remember this?
I don't know if I've even heard of that.
Okay. Why do I feel like... Hold on. Who published Twisted Metal? Why do I... It's a futuristic racing game. Who developed Twisted Metal?
Single track.
No, this is before...
95. Oh, what a game. Twisted Metal 2.
So for those of you who don't know, Twisted Metal 2 is like you're basically these vehicles that are destroying each other. It's like an arena battle game
Oh, so good.
as cars that could kill.
Destruction Derby, and
Destruction
you have
Derby.
missiles and flamethrowers and different
Yeah.
cars, and it's wonderful.
This is a cool level. I'm seeing in the chat questions about have you seen the obviously you've seen the trailer for Requiem, Resident Evil 9.
I have seen the trailer, yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it looks incredible. And I will play. I mean, I've been saying it this whole time here. It's like, take my money, Capcom. Anytime a Resident Evil game comes out, I have a tradition with my younger brother that we play it together for the first time.
Nice.
So I will, when that game comes out, I will fly to Boston to be with my bro, and we'll beat it together with an all-nighter.
load up.
Yep. We've been
Also-
doing that since 2005. That's been our tradition.
So I was talking with Nicole Tompkins, who joined us on stream when we played through, as her character Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 3.
Yep.
And I was saying, like, I feel like Resident Evil is one of the longest standing game franchises ever, like with the most games, besides, and the only two that I could come up with, well, I guess Zelda has a lot of games too.
Zelda, Final Fantasy's up there.
I was gonna say Final Fantasy, Mario, and Zelda were like the only ones I could think of that had as
Yeah.
many games as.
Yeah. Well, Mario takes the cake. There's all together with like the Smash Bros. Well, that's not really Mario, but like with Mario Karts, the Mario games, there's probably like 40 of those.
Yeah. Sonic had a lot of games, but Sonic also went dark for a long time.
Yeah.
Like Sonic, like I feel like Resident Evil is keep giving you games
Yeah.
on this, and how cool that must be for a developer to be like, oh yeah, we know that like 20 million people are gonna play this game no matter what happens.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job with all these new games, and I realized that there's a big crossover with Resident Evil and Final Fantasy fans. The reason is they're both Japanese
Yeah.
IPs, which is not necessarily the link.
Well,
but,
and Mario too.
but they came out around the same time. Resident Evil and Final Fantasy were 90s IPs. People got attached to them. They kept coming out with sequels, and people were growing up with them at the same time. Mario's just a staple.
Well,
Mario's been around
and it's
since
also like
1989, I believe, was the first game,
yeah, and when
or 86. I don't know.
Mario,
It was like mid 80s.
I feel like, well, I mean, my parents said that they had Mario like before I was born, so I feel like it must have been 96.
No, late 80s.
I'm sorry, 86.
Maybe 86.
Because I was born in 1987.
Clean it up, Brian. Clean it up. You got
I
this.
keep seeing that Donatello and thinking it's me. It's in my soul.
Put him down.
I am a Donatello. Oh, Krang.
You remember him?
Living inside, little brain.
What do you guys think? Not a bad game, huh?
Have we beat the whole game?
Not yet.
We're about to.
I just want everyone to love this game as much as I do.
My friend Nick is going to show you his game, and you're going to like it. You're going to say nice things about it.
Turtles and
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Turtles and Chime.
No, not quick game.
That would have been awful. What do you think? Do you like it?
I'm having a great time, dude. This is exactly my speed. When I was thinking about what should we do for a stream, I was like, we should just be like
Easy.
two dudes hanging out,
Just hanging.
play Tetris sometime.
That's just fun. Also, great song.
This is for the reception.
Yes, 100%. Second best song in the game.
So we've on our stream we've been giving away like a lot of prizes. That's a big part of our
Yeah, I love that you guys do that.
stream. And one time we gave away PlayStation 5, which was the biggest the biggest prize we've ever done. It was even the PlayStation 5 that we literally were using on stream. And Amelia and I like drew some artwork on it and stuff. Anyway, I was telling my dad about this already. I was like about how we were planning to give away a PlayStation as a big prize, and we were excited about it. We'd always wanted to have an opportunity to give away a big prize like that. And
That's a huge one.
well, my dad told me that when he was, so this was like, must have been in like 85 or 86, like right before I was born. He was the director of a marketing and sales team, and his sales team like hit the sales goals or whatever. And as the director of the team, he was the one that received the prize, which was like a supermarket suite type.
Oh.
Run through this warehouse, whatever you put in the cart, you get to have for a prize. My dad got the first Nintendo.
Ever?
And Mario and no, like our family Mario.
I got you.
So like my early gaming from like 5th grade is from my dad winning a contest and going and literally winning a original NES
That is crazy.
and Mario and stuff. And I was like, whoa,
Cookie
how
pizza.
wild is that you know, years later I would be streaming and trying to give away consoles.
That's cool, man. I like that.
Yeah, it was like a little like secret family lore that I didn't know about. Like I just assumed that we just had a. But my parents were apparently gamers like growing up, and I didn't know that. I was like, I'm almost like, oh, your dad and I would play Mario all the time.
That is so cool. I tried to have my parents play. They don't really like that stuff. But I gotta say, my dad did sit down. He played Resident Evil 4 Remake when it came out. We tried to, I mean, this is like, you know how simple Mario is, like jump and run.
Well, and you
right?
need that for accessibility for a lot of, to get your parents to play a game, it needs to be.
Well, so anyways, my dad goes from nothing, 0, to Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Oh, God.
We tried to teach him the PlayStation controller,
Right.
and he actually stuck through it, and he learned how to do it, and he killed 2 zombies. And I was so impressed. I was like, oh my god, Dad, that's all I wanted to see was you kill a zombie in my lifetime. And he did it.
Go, Dad.
The old guy did it.
Yeah, my bro probably hit the end on my dad playing video games when he was like, come play Halo. This is Halo 1.
Oh, jeez.
And, that's tricky. It's the same as when you're talking about, like, moving the character and the camera separate. That was a big deal.
Yes, it
in
was.
games.
It's hard for people to fathom that.
And so my dad would just, like, walk into the corner, and then my brother's, like, shooting him in the back of the head or whatever.
Yeah.
And, I think that when you're playing with someone who has no idea what's going on, it's very important to, like, not zip.
Of course.
And my brother was just very happy to win.
Yeah.
My bro was, like, destroying my pops, just absolutely wrecking him. And, kind of like, probably he needed to do that for, like, whatever his own childhood reasons, but I don't know. I remember when we first started streaming, really doing the gentle walking with Amelia. I'm like, we're gonna play Crash Bandicoot. Because once you get your mind around Crash Bandicoot, you're gonna feel good about,
It's a good entry level game for a lot of different types of games. 100%. I like that. Crash Bandicoot was fun growing up, man. Alright,
Dang,
second to last box.
Frang.
He shoots nasty little things. Turns into a little soap bubble. Games were so charming back then. They were so simple and they didn't need explanation.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about
Yeah,
them.
look.
Whatever it was, whatever they shot at you, you're like, okay, he's shooting a rubber chicken at me. I don't know why, but I know it
Yeah,
kills me.
but I know I want to dodge it. It's like anything that moves is an opponent.
That's what I love about these. Jump kicks. Susceptible to those.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. You're all distracted.
Wow, just taking it. Okay. Yeah, and he does that.
There is always that moment when you're playing through a favorite game from childhood that you're like, oh, actually, I do need to focus. It's all fun and games until Krang beats you.
Oh, jeez, he's dead. 2 more kicks and he'll be dead. And then we got the final bossaroni.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
I'm gonna say that at your sleepover. Pizza time!
We do, sometimes on stream we have pizza party for real.
Really?
Yeah, which is like where we pizza party for real means it's time to order a pizza, then we order a pizza, then the pizza shows up here while we're streaming, then we crack into that pizza, and then we have a great time.
That is so awesome.
The question is Nick going to play Resident Evil 2 or 4 in the stream? We have played through both of those, and our playthroughs are up on YouTube, but today we're just kind of hanging out. But we did talk about doing some Resident Evil 5 together. We think that might be
Good co-op.
a co-op maneuver for a near future stream.
Super shredder time.
The final shell shock. Lauren, thank you for the 4 months of support, my friend. And Snartles, thank you.
If
very
this is the
kindly.
Snartles I know, I might know you.
You know this Snartles?
I think I know this Snartles. I think I do.
I think you might have. Snartles, how you are?
Is this Snartles the artist that I know? Because I know one Snartles artist.
Define yourself, Snartles.
He has 3 attacks, and the color of his fire dictates
Yep.
which attack it is.
Snartles says, yep, that's them.
Hi, Snartles.
Thank you for being with us.
Hello. He's in a lot of fire. The blues, he shoots things. The fire is up now. He will die quick. Keep this up.
Scatter.
Ooh.
Oh. That was not what I expected. Keep my distance.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Oreo? I mean, you showed up at the double stops, but they're asking you if there's a...
Honestly, double stuff is my absolute all-time favorite, but the only flavor, there's like 100 flavors at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Look it up. There's more than you think. And the only ones that I really respect are mint or great. Mint Oreos, peanut butter Oreos, fantastic.
That sounds nice.
And there aren't many more. I've tried a lot of them. Almost dead. Couple more hits. And we
Total tubular time travel, bro. Do we get credits? What do we get?
get Splinter.
Oh.
We did it.
Very impressive for such young students.
This is the first game that we beat together. First game we played together.
Dude,
And wrecked it.
the final test in your training lies ahead.
Hard
Defeat
mode.
the hard mode and you'll be true ninjas. Yeah, maybe next time.
That was fun.
Legendary.
That was fun.
Well done, dude.
Little beat 'em up.
A full high five for that one.
Kawa. One more.
Cowabunga! I love it.
Look, hey, not bad.
29 minutes.
I told you.
You said we could beat it in half an hour, and we did. I love that for us. GG,
I
everybody.
love that.
GG. Well, Nick, is there any other thing that you were like, yo, I just really wanted to say this on Twitch, on stream? Like, is there anything we didn't get to chat about a little bit in our time?
Well, I mean, look, there's
always more.
There's always more. And I don't know, what I always like to do is when I was streaming, I just like to show gratitude. Well, for of course guys like you, but also to the people that hang out. Like I used to thank chat all the time, but I mean it. Now, a lot of you I don't know. It's a pleasure to meet y'all. But it's just really cool that you take the time out of your day and your life to be here and just like hang out and just chill with us. Like that means a lot to us.
It does.
It really does.
I say that your time is your most valuable thing.
Yeah.
So that you spend it with us makes me feel very important and very special indeed.
Well,
and all of you, I'm grateful that you'll spend time with us because that's what it takes to make this digital space come alive. You know?
Yeah. But one thing that I've really gotten to learn as I've gotten older, it's my favorite part of maturing, we'll call it.
Like a fine wine.
It's like a fine wine. Is just being more selective with your time. Exactly, with who you surround yourself with, who you share space with, and it has to matter.
Yeah.
It's becoming more important to me. I'm a very social guy, and 20 years ago I'd hang out with just about anybody and be like, let's go out. But now I'm like, I have such limited time that that's why and I'm sure you guys too, and that's why it means a lot that you're here to hang with us.
Yeah.
Thank you
From us to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, and I'll add on top of it, like the element in the last year, us having a kid to balance the
Trickier than ever.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I would normally be doing or would normally just say yes right to that now it's like a whole like kind of things have to pass through like 3 layers of can I wrap my mind around doing that today or whatever.
Yeah.
And so streaming has been a really good you guys have been kind of like a constant to us, a main through line to us. So thanks again, Nick, for joining us. I'm gonna shout out one more time, !Nick in the chat if you want to follow along on social media so that you can stay in the know about these upcoming events. Nick's going to be going to 11 different conventions between now and the rest of the year, right?
No, 11 in the next 12 weekends.
Holy shit.
That's why I'm like,
Oh my god,
I'm like
dude.
trying to take a deep breath here.
Okay, so he's gonna go. Wow. Okay, so in the next 3 months, you're going to 11 different conventions. So go see him in person. Bring him some Oreos or take some Oreos that someone else brought.
And if I do meet you, remind me of this.
Yeah,
Be like, we watched you play Turtles in Time. I'm gonna be like, yes,
I was
you were
there for that.
You were there.
Nice. And if you can't meet him at a convention, I did put his Cameo link on there, so he does video requests and stuff. Maybe you want to send somebody a fun birthday message or something like that.
Yeah.
Speedy Wheels, welcome back for 39 months. Thank you for being here. Nick has some next appointments to get to, so we're going to raid on from here. But thanks again to our mod team.
Thank you, mods.
Our moderators are playing, RT game. We're gonna go. They're playing some Mario Kart World, so we'll keep it on the Mario theme.
I want to play this. I just heard about it.
Well, we're gonna check it out with RT and see how we like it. There's a list here our mods put of the games with the most games, or the series with the most games.
Mega Man. Okay, that's
Mario, Mega Man, Sonic, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, obviously, Dragon Quest, Castlevania, Resident Evil, Donkey Kong, and then you get to Legend of Zelda. It kind of peters out.
I mean, 5 of my favorites are on that list. Mario, Mega Man. Mega Man was my first franchise I ever fell in love with. Castlevania, love Resident Evil, Legend of Zelda. Yeah, I grew up with this shit.
That's wild. I had no idea there were so many Sonic games either.
I didn't know that either.
Wow. All right, I'm putting in the raid. We're doing it like this. If you all can join us, I'll be streaming again tomorrow with my buddy Ben Levin, actor and musician, aka Grasshopper, is going to be playing some music and some Guitar Hero with us. And on Saturday, we're not sure exactly what we're doing yet. We talked about maybe playing Clair Obscura Expedition 33.
Heard that's really good.
Yeah, I think we might do that on the next Sunday, so we have a little longer to like hype it up before we go check that game out. But Dishonored is this coming Sunday. We're playing it until we 28 stab wounds or less. Thank you everybody for being with us. Sneaky Sneasel, thank you for the double gifted subs. We really appreciate you, and we're going to drop you over on a raid over to our buddy RT Game right now. If you like what he's up to, drop a follow on his channel. He's a silly guy. He's an Irishman. We love him, and I hope you have a great time on his channel.
Can I request that we end on a cowabunga?
Yeah, we should. Real quick, Miss Okami with the 5 gifted subs.
Thank you.
Thank you kindly. We end each of our streams by saying our name. Oh, Eliza France. Go, Eliza. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll say, I'm Brian. You say, my name is Nick. And then we'll say, this is our Twitch. And we say, cowabunga. You got the script?
I do.
All right, cool.
Ready?
I know actors like script.
Go.
My name is Brian.
And my name is Nick.
And this is
our
our Twitch.
Cowabunga!
Cowabunga!
You missed my high five.
Cowabunga! Nice. Have fun on the raid. Say cowabunga when you show up on RT's channel, all right? That's our raid message. Cowabunga to all. High five to the crew. One more time. Cowabunga! Raid, 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 raid!